You're listening to CRBRadio.com. The words and opinions you are about to hear are of the hosts and do not reflect the management, sponsors, or affiliates of Cave Radio Broadcasting.
Because we're the Nick and Jay show, hold the penis.
Whatever.
What's up, bitches? What's up? Thursday. My hair is all fucked up.
Crystal's having problems already.
Yeah. What's new, really? Constantly having problems.
It happens.
So, as we said earlier today, we have a special guest this evening.
Hey, hey.
We
sure
have author
do.
KS Adkins with us tonight. And I read half of her book today when I was supposed to probably be working, but, you know, things happen. So welcome.
Thank you.
How has your week been so far?
Good.
Yeah?
No.
No?
I want to keep it positive, but it's you know, it's all right.
All right.
It's all good. Happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. You are our first actual official guest of the Girl Show.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Since we brought it
The
back.
second time, yes.
Yeah, the second time
Part
around.
2, we call it.
Do I get a present?
No.
Wow. And yet I brought gifts.
I know, she brought us all kinds of fun gifts. We got cups
I
and
know.
books. And
We have some Crown Royal Peach.
It's all yours. It's all yours.
Shit.
Not a whiskey person?
I forgot to change the title. Damn it, Chip.
No. No, I'm not. Unless I have a cold.
Yeah, hot toddy.
Then I'll get on with it. But so then we've got my fan club president,
That would be me.
Julie Slaughter.
Yes.
Hello.
Julie in the
What's your
house.
label? She's
don't-
kind of like management for
Your
me.
membership dues are due, Cora.
But these are two of my best friends, Julie and Cora.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And I think Cora's familiar with the cave, right? Yeah.
She's
Yes.
been here a couple times.
A couple times.
And she's why I came on, back in the winter?
On Big and Bigger,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was February-ish, March, something
Yeah,
like
that's
that. I
winter,
think.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cold.
It's dead balls of winter in Michigan.
It was pretty chilly.
It was chilly. It was a long weekend.
It was a long weekend.
Well, yeah, because you
Everyone's
were like
favorite.
coming off a bender and you were mad because I didn't tell you that we were going to be on video. And
Yeah, because I hadn't washed my hair, no makeup. I came with pajama bottoms on.
Yeah,
Oh, I've done that a time or two
You know, when you
myself.
say podcast,
You don't think anyone's going to
I'm
see
just
shit.
like, 'cause if there was ever a face for radio, I'm it. So I'm like, you know, and then he sets this 2-inch tall tripod right by my face, and I was like, I've got 4 chins. And he's like, we're going to do Facebook Live. And it was just deer in the headlights. What?
She was asking because we're Facebook Live, guys.
Yeah,
Are
really.
we?
The title is still the Big and Bigger title. I forgot to change the title, but I changed it now. So if you
Okay.
refresh your page, it should come up as.
Can we get back to us now?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, my bad.
So
should
yes,
be fun.
we've done this. I've done this before. It's fun. So thanks for today. And it was cocktails.
Cocktails.
Yeah.
And I like that they're based here.
Yeah.
Like, so, and I work downtown. When I go into the office, I work in the Renaissance. So
Okay.
I work
Okay.
in the heart of downtown. So
Yeah.
it's kind of nice to, it's things you recognize, which
Right.
is awesome.
Right.
Being from Michigan.
It is. It's actually really cool.
There's a couple authors that have made, that are from the area and have written Michigan very well. And I just think what's funny is, 6-7 years ago, when I was writing my first book, a friend of mine, Jason, I reached out to him, and he's like one of my best friends and best critics. And at the time, I was like, I think I want to base this in New York because I was just starting to go there to see another girlfriend of ours. And he literally was like, why?
Right.
Why wouldn't you write here? And I was like, oh, light bulb. And that changed the course of how I wrote. I mean,
That's awesome.
I kind of thought, I'll go adventure and I'll
Right.
learn New York. But, New York's not home. So it made sense, and I love the fact that I can talk about Detroit, be about Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what got you into writing?
Not on purpose. So about 7 years ago, because I'm a real estate agent by day. So about 7 years ago, I was teaching my daughter how to get ready for her driver's test. So we took her to Hines Park, and
That's a great spot.
Turn your volume down, somebody.
One of
I
us.
don't have my volume on.
I don't know. Okay.
Mute your shit, bitches.
Okay. Long story short, we were driving in Hines Park. You know, it's one-way traffic, you know, and there was a car full of kids, and they were driving recklessly. They knocked a guy off his bicycle. They cut off a biker on his motorcycle. He got up. He was really upset. So I was like, follow these kids. And so starting to get a little hairy. Like, she's 15 at the time, you know. And so we did, and I got to that Westland-Livonia border, and so I took her cell phone, had mine. I had Westland police, Livonia police. They both had me on hold. And this car's got like 6 kids in a four-seater car. I mean, they're running red lights the whole bit. I've got my daughter doing the same thing. And needless to say, she started getting a little shook up. Police weren't going to help us, so I was like, you know what, we got to go home. So came home, told my husband about it. I was pretty fired up. You know, mostly because my daughter's getting ready to learn how to drive, and this is what we got to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about the parents, like, so that night, instead of going to sleep, I wrote my first book, and it was kind of about this girl that took the law into her own hands when, in this case, it was based in Detroit, and when the police wouldn't come and do the right thing or weren't able to do the right thing, she and her friends did it, and it ended up being a book series. So that's how I started writing, because I was a blogger. I did a real estate blog, kind of like the tongue-in-cheek side of real estate. And people were like, you should write books. And I was like, about real estate? That's the most boring thing ever. Right? And so, but that came up, and I wrote that book just to get it out of my head. And then I was like, I'm done. And then, you know, that was 22 books ago. So I was never done.
Well, 22 books plus how many others are floating out there.
Or in your mind that you haven't put on paper yet.
Probably another 200 or so.
Wow.
That you get started. That's the problem, though.
You start writing it. And
Yeah, how many notebooks do you have that are?
It's all on my phone. I have pages of notes.
You type it all on your phone?
The idea.
Okay.
The idea is in the phone, and then I will build on it from that. But the biggest thing for me, and listen, I've never claimed to be good at this. I just enjoy doing it. And if like 2 people
enjoy it
these
too.
2 enjoy it, then you know it's more for me to clear my head. But like we were talking about outside, like I love tough women. I love women that stick up for themselves, find their own success, you know. And so it's kind of like the men that want to keep up with them and love them for who they are, strengths and all kind of thing. So, but I take from my surroundings. So when we're all out together, we just had an argument on the way here. And I don't know if we can talk about it now, but I need a little, like, I want to see who takes sides here.
Eric's going to agree with you, I think.
Eric better agree with me because we're on Facebook Live, and I didn't want to be, I wanted to just be on radio. But we, you know.
Eric's on her shit list.
But he is on my shit list.
It was kind of my fault because I mentioned it, and
So
I mean,
Carly's technically
if you
on
weren't
your
okay with it, we didn't have to do it.
I was like, but
just,
it's not
you
a
know.
hair wash day for me. It's not a hair wash day.
It wasn't going to be for me
My hair
either.
is looking pretty.
I was going to
pretty-
say, you got a whole lot of volume
I
going
do.
on.
Yeah,
today.
it looks
It's-
nice.
It's dirty.
That's
It's-
why,
It's
yep.
dirty. But we had this argument. But when we all talk, and us my girlfriends, not just these 2, I'm blessed with an abundance of girlfriends, and they are the best women I've ever met in my life.
That's
and
amazing.
I take inspiration from all of them. You'll see it in cocktails. You'll see it in all my books. It's all about that sisterhood in one way or another. And so when we start arguing and bickering, on the way here, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to ask
so
you.
dumb.
I'm going to ask. No, it's not dumb. It's not dumb.
Here we
It's
go.
not dumb. So what do you call if you were going to get out of the shower and wrap up in something that ties and wear it around your house? What do you call that?
It's a robe.
What
Thank
do
you.
What do you call it,
A robe, yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
What would you call it?
It's a house coat.
No, it is
No,
not.
a house coat is the old lady nightgown. Isn't that a house coat?
No.
because
No.
men
House
wear
coat
house
is
coats
that-
too, and it could
No.
be. I guess it's. See, that's like like, are you from the Midwest? Are you from the South?
Yes.
Or
Right.
whatever. But I would call it a robe. I wouldn't call it a house coat.
Okay, so do you call them slippers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Not
house shoes.
No.
They are house shoes.
All right, so
Slippers.
are you
Harlow's
a
dad
black
used to call
woman?
I was
house
saying,
shoes.
are
Thank
you?
you, Eric.
That
Some
is
days,
cute.
yes, I am.
All right, so Anthony on Facebook Live says house coat.
Thank
Yeah.
you. If that's Anthony
Well, nobody
Tackett,
asked
yeah.
he's Anthony Tackett. Tony, he gets
Tony's
me.
just trying to earn brownie points.
No, he's not.
Oh,
Tony.
wait, you know this guy?
Yes, I do.
No
And
way.
Tony,
Why?
He's a
He
brown
agrees with
noser.
you.
No, 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 no. If listen,
Listen,
Tony.
Tony.
Oh, you listen. Tony's that guy. Listen, I had to like basically give him the whole synopsis to even get him to listen.
I
in the
saw
first
that
place.
today.
Thank
Actually,
you.
she did have
So-
to go into like
So
math
he is
detail.
not easily swayed. So if Tony's not feeling it, he's not going to lie for my benefit.
We also got Jamie Dietz says, this is wonderful. Congratulations on your publishing. Her sister is also a local author.
Oh, that's
Nice.
my cousin.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, Jamie's my cousin.
Send me the
And
info
she
on
said
that.
her mother calls it a
Her
house
name's
coat
Lori
also.
Hilden.
Okay, well, I love your mother.
Courtney just said towel. It's not a towel.
No, so I
Courtney.
think she misunderstood it because I did at first. I thought when she said it wraps around you, but
And
then
you
she
tie
said
it.
it ties. So if it wraps around you, it's a towel.
Right, yeah.
If
But
it's
as soon as you said tie, I was
then
like,
it's a
it's not a
robe.
towel.
But you're
anymore.
wearing it at home. You don't leave your home in it. It's a house coat.
If I'm getting out of
I
the
don't leave mine
shower,
in
it would
the
be a
robe.
robe.
I
If I'm
see
just
the-
wearing it around the house,
So
house coat.
you leave your house in your robe?
Well, now, yes. I
mean,
it
except to
becomes
get
a
the mail
robe
or
if I.
whatever.
No, I'll drive in it. I don't really care.
I think
But
we need to distinguish what's worn in your house and what's worn outside. A coat and a robe. Agreed.
it's true. It's true.
It's not wrong.
But
That's
then
true.
but then
You're just,
she's
like,
arguing.
blurring the lines. Like it's my house coat, it's my shower coat. Then I start wearing a
My
plastic
shower
bag in the shower, and I'm like, "What's this called, you guys? It's my shower coat. I'm wrapped in Saran wrap. Like,
Right.
just keep them all separate,
Wow.
Kelly."
You just got a little
Okay, so
crazy.
what do you call your wallet? Is it a wallet?
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
carry-
it's
I
not a
don't
money
carry-
holder.
see, I carry.
It's a
Money
pocketbook.
holder.
I carry a wallet on the back of my phone.
Me too. But
Yeah,
it's a
so-
it's a pocketbook. A
Romance
wallet's a
with a bang.
yeah. See, everybody's shameless plug.
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta
Oh, you
figure out how to
have
put
it?
mine
Oh,
in
you
my
have it?
pop
Oh, yeah.
socket.
Here.
I'll switch
She
over.
brought some.
I don't have it.
Oh,
Switch over
well, that's
now.
because you have your heart monitor on the back.
I know. I'm like, I
Yeah.
got a pop socket. I got to figure out how to move that and put that on there.
Yeah, so that was our argument on the way here. So the whole thing is, when we have these arguments or we're in these situations together, it ends up in books. So pretty much everything we do ends up in a book one way or the other. And if
That's fun though.
if there's any other way to write, I'm not able to do it.
If Kelly pulls out her phone, you're like, "Oh, I just said something really funny."
Yeah. You're welcome. That's what it is.
And I'm like,
taking
I'm gonna have
notes.
to read
This
her
is
next
good.
book because it's gonna be in one of them.
And then I drop hints in books, right? So, and I can tell you if my friends read it, and most of my friends don't, because
Really?
I'll drop something in there, and I'll know if she reads it, because she's like, "Oh, I saw what you did with my niece in there," and it's at the end, and it's like almost to the end, so like you have to read and
Read
be
the whole
invested
thing, yeah.
to see if you're in there.
I was
so,
like, "You put baby Carly in there."
I did.
She's like,
I
"Oh,
did.
you read my books."
and then other times I was like, "Oh, we're," and I'm like that blank look. I'm like, you know what? You're off my Christmas list.
Right. There went your present this
Amy,
year.
Amy Swarthout. She says
Amy,
slippers.
hi Amy. Slippers.
And,
Amy Slippers.
I can't
Amy,
believe she went
Bobby
She
against
actually
Jones.
said, no, you listen.
Yeah, no, you listen.
Slippers.
And then Jacqueline McKee says, "Hey."
Hey, pretty lady. Yeah, Amy, you know what? No,
Courtney
she don't.
says, "Is Kelly suddenly 80?"
I love Courtney.
Thank you.
Oh wait, can Courtney put on this live feed the well, we'll call it a robe for all you freaking new age folks.
She is
You're
80.
like a-
Proves
No,
Courtney's
she bought
point.
me my. I've
Thank
been
you,
waiting for years to get like the perfect Golden Girls robe, and we were at a thrift store in, or not thrift, it's a vintage store in downtown Plymouth, and I put it on, and it was just like Jesus wrapped me in a
spoke
blanket.
to you.
And she bought it for me, and it's just like it's just like the worst 1940s window panel with a zipper.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
yes.
just going to ask, does it have a zipper?
It has a big zipper.
Do you like it?
She hasn't
Does it
given
have
it
the
to me
collar?
yet.
Oh.
Why
No,
didn't
it's
she
right
give it
around
to
the neck,
you?
'cause- but she went back and got it for me as a surprise.
Oh.
We got
but you
matching
know.
bowling shirts that said Larry on it. But then I,
Because that's all they had.
But I like But
the
I like
beauty of thrift
modeled in
stores.
it, and I'm like turning left and right, and I was like, this makes my butt look good. It hides everything because it's literally like a
Do you feel like
forest.
you're wrapped in J-Lo's fur?
I wish I was wrapped in J-Lo's fur. Did you guys see Hustlers?
No.
No.
Is it good? I want to see it so bad.
I
my
know.
gosh.
Explain
so
to them what you said to me,
good.
Kelly,
Yeah,
the
that
other
good,
day.
huh?
Explain to them what you
Remind
said
me
to
what
me
I said to you the
I
other
at
day.
lunch when you were talking about that movie. If I never want to see it for anything else, I should go see it for.
J-Lo in a thong.
I believe that.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure, I believe that.
For no, you can.
Her body is out of control.
You don't need sound.
That shit's natural too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's beautiful. I mean, just beautiful,
She's
flawless.
smoking.
This part
Just a smoke
where
show.
She wraps this other stripper
Oh,
in her
in her
fur,
fur.
and they're like smoking cigarettes.
J-Lo
and, like,
smoking a
cuddling,
cigarette
and
is
I'm
a
like,
fantasy I
have
never knew I had.
wanted to be wrapped in a woman's fur
More than
as
I
much
do
as
right
I
now.
want to be in J-Lo. I
Oh my
told
God.
her during the movie, I was like, I think I'm gonna have serious FOMO because I want to be a stripper with J-Lo during the movie.
And I
she's
love that
like,
we thought we ever had a chance at being strippers.
Can
But
we try that
dreams
at
are
home,
free.
Kelly?
as long as I can wear my robe, I call it a
wearing
robe.
what? Thong.
Oh,
My
my robe.
My house
all of
coat.
a sudden, you guys are going to see a photo shoot on Facebook. It's Kelly's got me wrapped in her house coat.
It is a house coat.
I'll be like, this is not
In
what
your
I
house
thought it was
shoes?
gonna
In
be
the house.
like.
Don't forget the house shoes.
So we're
forget
gonna
the
take
house
a movie still, and then we're gonna take a real life, and that's what it's gonna be. But it is a house coat.
Ew,
You're
if
welcome.
You need to get a new house coat though, because that one you've been wearing for years.
Yeah,
That thing is savage. Ugh.
It feels like home. It's got stains on it.
Holes in it.
It's got.
Everyone's got their favorite.
Stains.
It's my
on
whoopee.
the house.
Piece
That's
of
my
clothing.
whoopee.
Yep.
It's my whoopee.
It's something.
But I travel with it. That's the sad part.
Damn.
And
That's great.
And when I say it does nothing for me, I mean it's got polka dots. It's awful. But when you put it on, like it's kind of like if you have anxiety or something, it's like your weighted blanket.
Right.
And I'll leave the house in it. I don't give a
It's
shit.
like the doggy hugger.
the thunder shirt.
The thunder
Oh,
shirt.
yeah.
Yeah. And you can put drinks, your phone, your laptop in the pocket.
Wow, the pockets are that big on
they're-
that thing?
Oh, they can. Yeah, she could get in
Take
one.
anything.
Yeah.
Could get in a pocket.
Oh, it's
And I'm
great.
a big girl. It's a
And if,
big
and if I'm ever
pocket.
missing something, I go check all my house coats because I guarantee there's
It's in a
money.
pocket of one of them.
Oh yeah, there's food in there. I put snacks.
Snacks.
Yeah.
Pockets are always
They're
for
snacks.
snacks.
Snack holders.
I got snacks.
That's what
Pockets
pockets
are
are.
snack
They're snack
holders.
holders.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
So
There's
thanks.
always snacks in my pocket.
Christina Bribos. She
Yeah.
says, "Hey, ladies." And
Brisboy.
Brisboy. Sorry.
It's okay.
And Jacqueline said she needs a house coat.
Jacqueline,
what
I'm
did
sending
Christina
you.
say?
Well, hang on, Jacqueline. I'm sending
Hey,
you a house
ladies.
coat, boo.
Oh, hey, ladies.
Private
Okay.
message me your size.
Hi,
Ew,
Kay.
it's going to be used, Jacqueline. Don't do that.
She wants it to be used. It's full of love and a little bit of DNA. You'll love
Not
it.
J-Lo's fur,
Just a
though.
little bit.
It's the closest you're going to get to J-Lo's fur.
So I just want to mention real quick for those who maybe have not seen on our Facebook yet, I have posted a contest on there. KS Adkins was nice enough to bring a couple sets of books with her for us to give away. So there is a contest going on right now. Go check that out and enter because you know you want to win. Everyone wants to win free shit.
Yeah, peeps, go
And
on there.
And these
I'll
books are-
sign it.
Tag a friend.
Yes,
Pick a
and-
number.
Yep.
Sammy
No,
just
just tag a friend.
Tag your
got
friend.
a hold of us and said she's not going to make it
I
in.
saw that.
But she is the recipient of the most recent contest. we
Yes,
had, which
which is-
I don't have the tickets with me, but they're next door.
It's
they're at
the
my house.
Sammy
Burlesque
won for the
Festival?
Michigan Burlesque.
Festival, which
Oh, I
is
want to go to that.
this Thursday or this Friday and Saturday at the Tangent Ballroom, the Hastings Streets. There's
Oh.
Tangent Gallery, Hastings Streets Ballroom.
The burlesque clown
Burlesque Clown, yeah.
provided us with
Yeah.
tickets.
Maple syrup.
Yes,
You lost
maple
me.
syrup.
There it is. Did she post it?
Yeah, thank goodness for Courtney because she
There's-
just sent me pictures of
That's
the,
my house coat.
The house
Oh,
coat.
let's see.
the
Let
moo-moo.
me. Oh my God! I gotta
Let's
see
see.
this.
Oh. Okay, you know what? It's better than what you have at home.
Oh, is this the one that she bought for you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
that's-
gotten to wear it
Yeah.
yet.
This is the one
That's
she was.
like,
I wanna
like
see.
Japanese-ish.
Oh,
I-
my. Yeah, that's
Or it's
that
better
is
than what
not
she has at
Golden
home,
Girls
right?
nothing.
No,
Oh dear.
that is like
that is
Blanche
so-
at like 30.
I was
Like-
gonna say, yeah, that's some Blanche.
That's
shit
some
right
so
there.
Very
radical.
slimming.
That's very radical for
I'm
Golden
gonna-
It's
Girls.
very slimming.
I'm gonna wear
Yeah, it
that
kinda looks like a
everywhere I
butt.
go.
Okay.
Yeah, I would
And
like to wear that.
so-
It'd be like a freaking half shirt on me, but
Look at, I'm like a supermodel in that with my.
You
flip.
are like you are feeling yourself.
She's like,
Why
you
is your
should.
head so big?
She's
It's her
like,
hair.
She's like, you should get it. I'm like, no, I don't need it. Like, let me come back and think about it. And then she went and got it for me because, unlike you two, she appreciates my love of house coats.
Well, if we were invited, maybe we would have bought
No,
it
she
for
doesn't.
you anyway.
She just doesn't come around enough, so she feels really bad. Love you, Cora.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh.
That was savage.
I'm pretty
there's
sure I'm
gonna
going
be
to
a
get
fight
a text
off-
from
Yeah,
her
I
right
was
now.
That was pretty savage. Like,
Wow.
Gloves are off.
Fight offline.
You can never say Julie talks behind your back, that's for sure.
She right to your face.
Right to your face for
On
the
the
whole
radio.
world to hear.
Or through here
And the beauty of it is I think her mom might be listening. And, yeah, you're off Judy's Christmas list.
I was going to say, hi,
for sure.
Judy.
Judy's listening.
So
Funny.
All right.
So you are obviously published. You have books, but is this independent publishing or
Yes, it's self-publishing. So just me.
just you?
An editor, formatter, cover artist. It's all outsourced. You know, these are other women in the industry that are amazing. And then I published myself.
Nice.
So, like I told you outside, you know,
Yeah.
I got approached, but then they started giving me guidelines, and I was like, not feeling it. You know, it's like, I don't know, I guess if you write an amazing song and you love it with all your heart, and then a producer tells you change your lyrics, you know,
Right.
get your hackles
Same.
up. Made me tie my house coat tighter. I was like, no,
I am not taking back one fuck.
I'm not
Right.
doing it. No, yeah, they had a fuck limit of 500. And my book had 542, and I just couldn't do it.
They were all necessary.
So if you take that away, then you know, I mean,
There's only 500 words left in the book.
but like that word, any swear word when used properly can be like an
Very
entire
effective.
paragraph.
Yeah.
You know, so for that book, it was a very dark book, and she's not going to say "gosh."
Gosh
Or
darn it.
frick.
I mean, she's killing people for God's sakes.
Yeah,
you know,
she's
like,
gonna say fuck
yeah.
while listening to Slipknot or something.
Yes, yes. So yeah, no. So and luckily, I've the other indie authors that I've met, they're all amazing and helpful, and it's a good community and lots of tips and pointers, and they're great people. So I was like, I'm going to stick with this. You know,
Right. If it's
So-
working, why change it?
Yeah.
creative freedom. You know,
And so then
Right.
you must do most of your promotions and stuff via
on my own.
social media and
And
stuff
I
like
don't
that.
do a lot of it. I just
She
for
should
some
do
reason
more.
I feel like if I put a book out, like the whole world should buy it, and I shouldn't have to say much about it, and that's not how it works. But
You got a very good fan club, though.
I do.
You got a lot of good, like you said, you have a lot of girlfriends. I first heard about you a couple years ago from Carrie Jungel,
yeah,
and you know,
we already talked about that woman is the mayor of Michigan.
yeah.
You can throw out some random name from some random city, and Carrie knows him, his whole family, his wife, his kids.
Yep.
Kids' middle names, date of birth, what they got for Christmas last year. I told you a few years ago it was our 20th. It was more than a few years ago, but it was our 20th class reunion.
Oh.
And so we're sitting at the bar, and I roll over, I look, and she's like, "Hey, girl, what's up?" I'm like, literally having to rack my brain. I'm like, "Girl, you didn't graduate with me." She's like, "No, but I just wanted to help out." She's at my 20th reunion, and I think she's 2 years younger than me.
Yeah,
She can't-
She's 2 or 3 years younger.
She's
than me.
FOMO. She is the definition of FOMO.
What?
She's
Carrie, you're
involved
not
in
even
all
listening.
of it.
Like
No,
fear of missing. Like she's.
I'm getting pictures. My
Oh.
brother's as accident prone as I am right now. So
Oh, is he
he's
bleeding?
like, I'm supposed to golf this weekend. He's in a sling. So
Oh.
I'm like, oh wow, we're all screwed.
Way to go, Brian.
I know.
still
I'm
golf.
like, we're fucked.
He'll still golf.
Yeah,
He'll try
right.
golf with his other hand.
Yeah, he's complaining about insurance. He's like, they're doing the same thing to me.
Yeah.
I'm
This
like,
is the
doing
girl
a
that-
podcast. Call you later.
Or tune in.
Yeah, Carrie. I threw a message out on Facebook that the organization that I'm with, football, needed shoes, cleats for the kids. She brought me like 35 freaking pair of cleats.
Wow.
That she had collected from,
That's awesome.
yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's really
No,
I
cool.
got
she's-
like 20 pairs at my house right now that I'm like, I don't have this many kids. save for next
That you
year.
know
Next
about.
year. Next year.
No, she's a good.
Oh,
she's a
that
good
was
girl.
big one.
Yeah, she's great. Jennifer Riopel.
Riopel.
Yeah, she
Riopel?
says you're great at this, girl. Hopefully you'll have more to come. Enjoying listening.
Yeah, because you're contemplating or going to do
Oh
your
no, it's
own.
going to happen.
Yeah, so Yeah, we want to do our own podcast, and do I know how to do it? Absolutely not.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah,
when
we didn't
started
know
doing
shit.
this
Yeah.
either.
So I was like,
That's why they got me. I'm the Zen master.
He talked me into it while I was hammered across the parking lot at the bar like the night before Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Is what
Kelly and I
happened
talk
there.
ourselves
yeah.
into a lot of shit when we're
We do.
hammered. We're
You
like,
could-
wouldn't this be great? There's
Yeah.
got to be more to life than this.
She reached out to me, I don't know, month
Yeah.
and a half ago, and was like, "Hey, I'm just got done writing a book, or I'm writing a book about something like this. Isn't it like a podcast, or maybe you had an idea? I can't remember what it was."
No, it was
do you want me to
us.
explain it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want her to do it there?
No, so the kind of first of all, hi Jen, love you. So when Cocktails came out, I just loved the idea of it, right? Like, but at the same time, I was like, we should do a podcast. Like, I didn't know this existed. I didn't know yours existed. So I reached out and I was like, hey, got this idea. Like, we want to kind of, you know, like I said, our friend base is pretty large and our network's pretty big. So I was like, you know, bring people in, and you were telling us about your stripper and like all this fun stuff. And I was like, yeah, like let's do it. And we were going to call it Cocktails, but then we talked about this recently, and I feel like it limits us to like content. So a couple of years ago, we might have been drinking and came up with this idea because we're in our 40s. I don't know how old you are. I'm not even going to
Almost
guess.
there.
Okay. When you do
How
call me, I'll hug
cute.
you. But it's the 40s is a shift that my mom didn't tell me was coming.
50.
It's different for guys, though.
It is
You're
completely
powering up.
different.
You're
Yeah,
powering
you guys
up.
always have weird hairs coming out of your chin. It doesn't happen to us until like 40, and we're like, hello.
Yeah,
And
we're
we
all
pluck
done,
them
like,
for each
Mine
other.
was 30.
You know, it's
Mine was 30.
But
Yeah.
it's this shift that nobody talks about, and everyone says fabulous 40s. Well, yeah, there's parts that are great. I'm not going to lie, but for the most part, it's bullshit.
Right?
Our
And-
bodies have betrayed us at that point.
Yeah, and there's
Oh,
so
they shut down and say, fuck you, we're out.
and they laugh at you, and they leave the door open when they leave, and it's just, and you're just like, what? I went to bed this way, and I woke up this way. So a couple of years
Literally.
ago, no, it's no joke. We will text each other, and I'll be like, this, and it's not even like the most ridiculous things we'll text, and it's like, oh, girl, that was me this morning. How'd you know? You know, so a couple of years ago, we were having some cocktails, and I said, you know, I'm going to reserve like a name. I'm going to like go on Instagram and Facebook and all that and get these pages. And we kind of came up with What the 40s.
Nice.
Right? So it's not going to, the podcast is not going to be called Cocktails as previously discussed. It's going to be What the 40s. Just because it's about the female experience. Going from your 20s to 30s to 40s. Love to hear from women that are in their 50s and 60s that promise us that this shit ends at some point
And gets better.
and gets better because it's
I'm like, my mom's in her 60s, and I can't say that she's going to say it gets better, but my mom's a pretty badass, like, wild chick. Like, she's got way more ink than I do, and things pierced that I would never think about getting pierced. And, like, she's just
awesome.
a badass woman, but she's also an amazing mom and, like, a
Right.
phenomenal grandma and, like, an awesome wife to my dad. So she might be interested in coming and talk to you guys because she's pretty cool.
because it's the stuff no one told us, and it's cute because like my mother is amazing, and she's a very gentle soul. And so like when I first started going through menopause, which was what 2.5 years ago now.
No.
2?
No, it's a little bit longer than that.
Damn, you're old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can come across this.
I was to say that bus just ran you right the fuck over.
I gave
It was
away-
also medically induced. Let's put that
Yes,
disclaimer out there.
But I was supposed to have more time, and I didn't. And I was with you on the boat, and I was like, "Ow, I think I'm ovulating." No, I'm not ovulating. I don't know what that is. And I
and then you cried.
started crying,
And it was so
and I got
weird.
and I got in her lap. I'm not that person, and
it
I
was
was
like a Wednesday. We blew off work, and then she starts crying, and I'm like, I'm the wuss, and what are you doing?
What is
Couldn't
going on
stop.
right now?
No, I
And
couldn't
she's
stop.
like holding me, and I'm like, we ran out of gas on the boat. Stop. Like,
And then I started
you need to
laughing,
swim.
and
Like,
it just,
stop.
but it changes
And all
your
these
life.
emotions.
yeah.
Yeah, they don't stop.
It's
Which
a
most
roller
of them we
coaster.
can't handle with her.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Julie, what about Jennifer Aniston?
Oh my God.
Okay,
Watch
she's
yourselves.
not normal. Let's just go
Oh,
there.
no.
Like,
Hold on.
Watch
And she's not.
yourselves.
Say it. Just
Go
say
ahead.
it.
Go ahead.
Say it.
I'll
No.
beat you with my selfie stick.
Say it. Just say
One
it.
go
time
ahead
I
and say
said she's not the greatest actress. Like she kind of always plays the same thing.
Yeah.
She got big tears in her eyes, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "Why would you say that about Jennifer Aniston?" And she started crying, and
Like,
I was like, "What
Hardcore
the
crying.
fuck
Like,
is
took it
wrong
personally?
with you?" And I was like, do you know her? And she's like, no. And I'm like, then she sucks. Like, and I just kind of drove it home. I don't really think she sucks, but
No,
it was
she
just
dug
more
that
fun
knife
to
in
make
me.
her
The
cry
reaction.
because she lost her shit.
I did.
Or what about Marvel?
And then a couple days later, because we would do like Wine Wednesdays or whatever, and her and I are already there, we're chit chatting, whatever, and I just got over watching something that made me cry.
Don't get emo.
Don't get emo.
And then she walks in my kitchen, just all sassy, walks in. She's like, "What are you crying? You find out Marvel wasn't real?" And then it
Dun,
was just
dun,
a
dun.
complete breakdown.
And then she started crying.
Yeah, and this is the same one when I was waiting. All you Endgame, all you Marvel fans, the wait for Endgame was no joke.
It wasn't.
Uh-oh.
This
You
one,
were on the shit list
I've never been mad at her
until.
until you text me. She's like, "Oh my god, I heard," and I'm not going to do it in case like the two people in the world that haven't seen it, but she told me she spoiled it,
Spoiled the
pretending
ending.
not to know that she just spoiled it, and I was legit like,
Hostile.
Thanks, Julie, because I was with her for that.
"Oh, I
Whatever. She
I was
saw
a-
the movie and she was like, that kind of sucked. And I'm like, so I tried to save your time. You
She
should
ruined
thank me.
Animal Kingdom for me.
I did.
If it makes
I
you
was
feel any better.
What's Animal Kingdom?
It's a show on
Ellen Barkin.
TNT.
Oh.
Ellen Barkin. They
and-
fucking killed her ass off.
You're a fucking asshole.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you haven't watched it either. It's been
Uh-oh.
over for like 2
That's
months.
exactly what she fucking did to me.
Son
Yeah.
of a
Eric.
bitch.
Oh, now you and Kelly
See,
can
she's
really
trying to save your
relate.
time. That's
I'm
what
gonna
I
let you
was trying to
borrow
do
my
with
house
Kelly.
coat and work out those
That's
emotions.
it.
I'm not
Exactly.
going to tell you who did it, so still watch it. All
Probably
right?
the young ones.
Just
'cause
saying, it hurts.
Did you not see that on fucking social media anywhere? Because it was everywhere
No,
the
because
very next
human
day.
See,
beings-
Crystal, I think you and I get each other.
No, you know what? Because a nice
might
human
cry at
being wouldn't put a
commercials, but, like,
spoiler
cut the
out
crap.
there. No,
I do cry at
you're
commercials
both
for
you're
sure.
both
Oh,
evil.
totally.
You're
There are
both
some
horrible
commercials
I
that
cried last
mean-
night watching the end of American Got Talent.
Me too.
Whatever
Me
that-
too.
the autistic
I
kid
can't
won.
believe Detroit Youth Choir came in second. Like,
Yeah.
how awesome is that,
Yeah.
though?
They're
But then the
amazing.
autistic
I didn't watch
The
it.
autistic black
Yeah.
kid that won it,
I watched
man,
the
his story
choir.
is just so fucking amazing.
It is. It is.
I wasn't bawling, but I was like, okay.
I know. I just kind of feel like there's other Vegas-worthy acts. I mean, that kid probably would have had a
The comedian
record
with the
contract
freaking
either way.
Little flippers. He had like little half arms. They were like-
Oh,
glad
the
you
the
called him
comedian,
that.
Ryan.
That's what I
Ryan,
called him,
he
and
was
I
so
felt
funny.
horrible.
This guy was hilarious.
Oh, I love
Were
him.
they just nuts?
Did
or
you
they
cry,
have
Julie?
hands? I'm like, did they have hands?
No,
No,
but
it's
I
not.
normally
I got
cry
close.
at like performances and like dancing and
A Star is
I'm-
Born and
Oh my gosh! Did you guys see?
I have not
No,
seen
not
that
yet.
yet, actually.
I'll let Julie ruin it for you.
The three of us went.
It has
to
a
the
shitty
theater.
ending.
I mean, I think most of us know how it ends.
Yeah, I mean, it is a remake.
Well, they had
Yeah,
four
it's
of
the
them
third
before.
one. I'm
But
pretty
the
sure
two of-
everybody gets the
But
plot
the
by
two
now.
of them together, it was dynamic.
I had
and-
never
That's what
seen
I've
the first
heard.
one or even heard about it.
Oh, okay.
So I went with
Or the
three-
second one?
the two of them, or whatever it was.
I've seen them all and still couldn't handle it and stormed out.
She got up at the end of this movie. I am not even
Just
kidding.
when the
So I
credits
have
started
my coat
rolling.
over my face, and I'm like,
Ugly crying.
She,
I was
like,
barely-
gets up,
no.
And it's like that part where
Like, super
Gaga's
quiet.
like singing, and she's singing that beautiful song. And you're like, and she's like, she thinks the movie's over because it's like dead silent. People are losing their shit, like ah. And she's like, fuck
Look
this.
at Julie's eyes
I
watering
can't
up.
take this. And but
Stormed
the
out.
theater was like silent. It was like when the noise cut off, and she's like, "Fuck this!
Fuck this movie.
Fuck
Yeah.
this movie!" And she storms out. And Cora and I look at each other, and we're like, "Ugh." Now we're definitely putting our coats over
Everybody
our heads.
turns around. It was tough. That was a tough, like, because her and I.
Like we cried for hours afterwards. We're
We
back
went
at our house,
to my
and we're
house,
like,
downloaded the soundtrack, did it. She finally lost her mind. It's a sad. It's a sad. But her and I will go to sad movies, and we're the only ones crying, and it's bad. Like
Or
the
laughing,
chairs-
like
or laugh-
Hustlers.
Yeah, we laugh at inappropriate times.
we're like laughing
I
our
do that
butts
in
off. And
horror
we're like,
movies. Like I laugh at inappropriate
And
times.
everybody
in
turns
horror
around,
movies.
Yeah.
and it's like, what? Don't you have a sense of humor, Bill? This was funny.
Right. You didn't find that funny? Like I did.
that's
Sorry.
because half the people were sleeping in Hustlers because it was all those old ladies that made their husbands go.
Yeah, they
There
did.
was more
But the one
60-year-old couples there
You
than
think
you would
that the
ever
old
expect at
men would be-
Hustlers.
I would say you would think they'd
I
be
think
wide
they tried
awake watching.
Yeah, but then it got plot-like, and there
they
was a
lost
story
it,
there,
yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, wake me up when
They're
they
not
take
just
their
gonna
clothes
strip
off."
the whole time.
Right.
No, they stripped
Right.
for like the first like half hour,
That was it.
and then it was like, now we're gonna rape you, motherfuckers,
Oh.
and we're
Well, did you
going
see
to
the-
hustle you.
Did you watch? They had a special on. It was like Dateline or 2020
Yeah.
about the real people that movie was based on.
Oh, no, I
And,
didn't see
and,
that.
and Brenda needs
Yeah.
to slow her roll about dissing J-Lo, because nobody would know her name if it wasn't for J-Lo portraying her.
Right, so
and
chill
guess
the
what?
fuck
Like,
out,
4
sweetheart.
people are now going to buy your book instead of 1.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah, because she is writing a book too. So.
I was surprised to see the little Disney stars in that. Kiki Palmer or whatever. She used to be like some Disney star.
Oh,
yeah,
she's
like
amazing.
Nickelodeon or something.
Because I have a
Oh, yeah.
14, almost 14-year-old and a 4-year-old, so the older one used to watch her on like some
Yeah.
little Disney show. And I'm like, that's the little chick from your
Well,
show.
it's like
you used to
Zendaya.
watch.
Did you guys watch that show Euphoria?
I have seen some episodes of it, and yeah, that's such a huge leap
Oh,
for her. She's
my
so
gosh.
good in it, though. Like,
That show was
it's dirty. It is
It
dirty.
is dirty. It is. This is the reason why I don't have children. Is because of the horrible things that happen.
Yeah, I watched like one
Where's this
episode, and I was
show?
like, I'm pretty sure
The
it's-
HBO.
It was on HBO,
Ah, okay.
There's all kinds
Yeah.
of
Why?
and Zendaya was just.
Yeah,
She's
she's
drug
a
addict,
drug
a
addict,
high
yeah, in
school drug
recovery,
addict.
and yeah, it's.
Ah.
It's brutal.
I watched
hated
a
high
couple
hard to
school.
episodes of
watch.
it, like falling asleep, and I'm like, I really can't watch this because like, my daughter tells me everything, but I'm like, oh sweet baby Jesus, like I'm not. Oh no, I'm not prepared
Yeah,
for
and
this.
there's a whole
If you-
lot of penis in that
Yeah.
show too.
If you can survive high
Which was a
school, you can
little much,
survive
but-
anything.
Wait, what show is this?
She was like,
She's like, I'm
Well,
gonna.
penis perked her up.
right, right.
How many
I mean, it
seasons
usually
are
perks
there?
people up.
Of course, like
I'm
penis.
single.
It's TV, Cora.
Play your cards right. Not after this
It's
show, you won't
radio. A lot more people might hear
Oh
it.
yeah. I meant
Valid
the
point.
point.
I'm just curious because I know, like, I sound like an 11-year-old whose balls haven't dropped yet.
Not
So I'm-
really.
You
No,
don't
you
think
don't.
so? I'm trying to talk lower. To be all,
No,
like,
that sounds
sexy.
really bad.
Does it?
Try
Yeah.
to use your phone sex.
I don't have a phone sex voice.
No?
Oh,
I
I
have
do.
a sext voice. Text voice. No, I can't do sexy talk on the phone because then I get sidetracked. I'm like, hang on, be right back. Hang on, just okay, stay there, and then I'll go do something, come back, and then the mood's gone. No, I don't have a phone sex voice, but
My
I
texting is better.
I just don't have for someone my age, I don't have the voice of a.
For someone our age, sexting is like, you want to grill for dinner? See what the 40s. Seriously,
That is what the 40s.
Yeah.
Because if my husband's like, I'm gonna put chicken breast on the grill, I'm done. I'm done. I'll drop what I'm
Julie,
doing.
Cora,
Maybe I
don't come
bought steak.
over.
Call
Happy
first.
hour's canceled.
We're having
About
chicken
steak,
breast.
You know what that means?
He's grilling.
right.
I'm just gonna
It's
sit there with
on.
my feet up and just take it in. It's the best thing ever.
Though.
All I need. Or if he makes the bed for me, like we always have this joke, like last one out of bed makes the bed, and it's usually me because I'm so horrible to sleep with anymore because the hot flashes and
Yeah.
stuff. That he sleeps on the couch, so I have to make the bed. But like when he makes the bed and he goes to work, I just stare at that bed and I'm just like, that's just the
It's
greatest
that
thing
small
I've ever seen.
effort when they put it in. It's like, oh,
When
you're
he comes
totally
home
getting
tonight,
some later. Like,
He's getting
yep.
mashed potatoes and gravy because he made that bed for me.
Hell yeah.
Made
Eric's
my,
like,
made
the
my
little
life
things.
just made my life a little easier.
I told her today when my significant other and I, when he's getting a vasectomy so that we don't have any more kids, so I don't have to have surgery. I was like, he's getting the best blowjob of his life when that's healed because I don't have to get surgery. Like, that's a man. Like, thank you very
Right.
much. Like,
You know what? They make custom gift baskets for that.
They do?
Yeah. Oh God, is Vanessa listening?
Yeah, she's on. I saw a little
Vanessa,
thing.
put the
V,
link.
Text me the site.
Yeah, I'm
Put
going to need that.
because when my girlfriend Vanessa had
Hi,
surgery,
Marty.
it's like getwellshit.com, I think.
Oh.
And it's just random, like, oh, you're having a hysterectomy, or you're getting your balls cut off,
Oh,
or
my
got a root
God.
canal, you know.
That's as good as the tits I sent him at work.
Yes.
But then she sent it to you when you had surgery, and it's like this, whatever it is, man, woman, it's a get well shit like bag or basket, and it's just like
Oh,
for
that's
him it would be
fun.
all man stuff,
That's
right?
fun.
Magazines and it's kind of
There's
cool.
like a little
So
tote bag that literally says "Get well shit."
That's awesome.
And I think
Nice.
getting a snip requires a little giving back. You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Like,
Sure.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
a lot
give
given
aside.
back.
Just
He's getting a whole lot back.
That's
like,
a big
whole
thank
lot.
you. That's a
He's
big
probably
thank
gonna be able to bend me over the bike in the garage, for that one. Like,
Well,
There
give
you
it
go.
like 48 to
Don't knock the
72
bike
hours
over.
before, because you could be one of those like low
oh yeah,
statistical
no,
numbers.
no, we're gonna wait. There's gonna be no mistake.
No, you have to keep
You guys
We know
waited
is
this
this
long.
He's got to go. He's got to produce samples, and you have to
Right.
No,
have
My
it
buddy-
checked.
You need to
My
make sure
buddy
you are
Shannon O-
sterile.
My buddy
Oh,
Shannon
Shannon.
O'Neill. Yeah, Shannon O'Neill. He got a vasectomy, and then he.
I have a
didn't go
cousin
back.
that's a project for that as well.
And his girlfriend's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." He's like, "Ha, it ain't mine." And she's like, "Motherfucker, yeah, it is." And he went and found out that his shit grew back.
Yeah.
And he has
Oh,
now
my
a
God. If I have a baby
10-year-old
at 45,
daughter
I'm
or
gonna be so pissed.
I already told you what would
Boy.
happen if you got pregnant. We wouldn't be friends anymore. It's
If
that
who got
simple.
pregnant?
I'm done. Like I
If
don't
she
want
had kids
to have,
right
just
now-
be pregnant no more.
What if I had kids?
Bye.
Go fuck yourself.
What use do I have for you now?
I'm sorry.
What use do I have for you now if you get pregnant?
'Cause that locks you up for quite a
you're
few
Aunt
years.
At 18, I'll be Aunt Kelly. I won't even be alive when your kid's 18.
Don't say.
Neither will you. Neither will you.
Oh my
Like-
god.
No, I'm not. No, like we would joke, and granted, she's not having. Okay, maybe I'm like overestimating a little bit, but okay, maybe a little bit. But if you get
Who's
pregnant,
killing us, by the way? 'Cause
If
we
I
know
get
old
pregnant,
age.
Kelly,
What?
you know,
if you got
I get pregnant,
you'd be out the
we're
door.
all millionaires.
Well, you
yes,
know
there's
Jesus
that.
is with us for sure.
We're all millionaires.
I mean, I get
if that
but I'm
happens.
saying, fictionally speaking, if you like were to get pregnant at your age, I would be like, I love you. It's been great. Bye.
my life would be over.
I swear to God,
That's
I
what
feel
would-
you
Your
100%.
life's over if you get pregnant.
I
So,
feel you 100%.
It's true, though. It's I mean,
I don't have any kids.
Good for you.
I'm 34. I don't have any kids. I have no desire to
Better
have
knock
any
on
kids.
wood.
and I had my
And
second
I'm
one
not
at your
having
age.
sex
Hi,
to have
Taylor.
kids. So
I had mine. They're grown.
Kelly Taylor's watching.
Hey, Tay.
Hey, Tay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't want.
no.
I'm done. Like I started all over having the small one, and I don't want to do it again. Like I'm straight. No.
No, I can't. I can't even keep.
I always
no.
said if I didn't have kids by 35, I'm like, nope, I should not. My kids should not have to worry about my.
I was done at 35.
when they're in their 20s.
No.
Like,
My
no.
daughter
That's
was
kinda how I
graduating when I
felt,
was
and I'm-
35.
wow.
Yep.
And she didn't even walk with her class. I sent her to a concert so I could go to New York. I was like, it's a win-win. You do what makes you happy. I'm gonna do what makes me happy.
Hey, that's probably gonna be me and my kid. Though.
But
Like,
that's the I had her young and I wouldn't change a thing. I just and I've had friends, like, great friends, and I'm happy for them that they've had their kids later in life for whatever reason. I think it's great. I've got girlfriends. Their kids are adorable. I follow everything they do, and I've yet to meet them.
yeah.
I'll send you presents. I'll give you shouts out, but I don't want to hug you. I don't want to change your diaper. I don't want you to your DNA
Anywhere near me.
anywhere near me. Like that's that weird place that I'm
It's
in.
probably best that we had you in this week then, because I think I have to bring the small one with me next week.
Hey,
Oh, I would have left.
Taylor just said props to me because I got 2 kids and KS loves me still.
It's true.
Oh, she does love those kids. Oh,
And
she
her
loves
dog.
4 others too.
I do. Okay. No. Okay. No. I think we need
Somebody's
to.
throwing the
Backpedaling.
bullshit flag.
No, I'm not throwing the bullshit flag.
No,
There's-
I am.
Yeah, you are. There are friends of mine that I think their kids are fantastic.
Heather.
Her sister's one. She has good kids because they're not even normal kids.
That's the
They're
thing,
like
though. Like the
hybrid
good kids
kids,
are
right?
not the normal
Like
kids.
hybrid.
They came out with a driver's license and a job.
Right.
I feel like that's how both my
You know what I'm
children
saying?
are.
And then,
I
like,
like them.
And then, like, Taylor, for instance, like, I'm not going to lie. I've never, like, I see pictures and I'm like, oh, your kids are cute. Never met them. Don't want to meet them. I'm sure they're great and whatnot, but I love her, not her kids. Like,
Right.
if but I see kids at Target, I go the other way. I see kids,
Oh,
What about
that's
that
what.
kid
Oh
that
my
ran
God,
this
that's
cart
me.
into you
oh, yeah.
when I was with you that day?
This little
Oh,
boy,
yeah.
and, like when you have all the water, you stock up on your Target purified water.
Yep.
And the toy section is over
It's
here.
right there, yeah.
And I'm over here, and this little kid, I don't know where his mother is.
That's
whatever.
my least favorite
Stranger
thing in
danger.
Target when kids are wandering about.
Well, this
right?
little prick came up and bumped my cart. and then like went around it. So I literally hauled my cart back. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "You might want to go." And I ran his little fucking ass over. I
I'd
mean,
have done it with my
I
kid
hit
with
him.
me.
I
don't
hit him
even,
hard.
like-
I
His
am just-
one foot came out of his shoe.
I've done
his
that
little
on
ass
purpose. Caught a
over.
little kid in
That
the
is
shoe.
fucking great.
Right
Yeah,
out of his
she
shoe.
was done.
And then the mom got all bristled, and I was like, "Listen,
Where
Teresa,
the fuck were you this
you're
whole
over
time?
there in the frozen aisle. You need to let that shit go because
Yep.
your little boy's over here
Being a little
sneaking at my
baby
cart."
ass kid.
And he kept going, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "You need to move.
Oh, you need
You
to
need
not
to
be
move."
touching my cart.
So I backed it up and I ran him over, and he came right out of his
You
shoe.
called his mom Teresa.
I did.
Pretty Teresa.
That is fucking great.
Yeah.
Listen here, Teresa.
Watch your kids.
I don't
Not
like
my problem.
kids.
I don't
don't
like
know.
kids.
I'm like, I got
I don't
kids,
like
and I'm
kids.
like, where the fuck is this kid's mom? Like,
And you're like, "Oh shit,
Oh
I'm his
shit,
mom.
that's mine.
That's my kid."
no,
That's mine.
mine, I can tell where they are because they're usually up my ass or they're yelling for me 6 aisles over. Mom, Ma, come look at this. Where the fuck did you go? But when there's like baby's kids running about, I'm like, whose fucking kid is this and where are you at?
Teresa, get
Or
your kids.
and it's weird because like, and I also don't like cats, right? Like, I'm not a fan of cats. I'm
Wah,
allergic,
wah,
so I'm just
wah.
like
That
naturally
makes sense.
averse to cats.
Yeah.
But cats
They
are like
love you 'cause
children,
you're allergic.
and they all corner me.
Yep.
And it's like I gotta act out. I got it, whether it be a foot or a cart or whatever. I go to her house and that cat, and I'm just like, here he comes.
He knows, like they sense
And I
it.
and I just
they're
don't.
like kids, they sense.
No,
it.
it's very aggressive. It's very aggressive.
Kids and cats, they know when you don't like them. They
So I
come
don't-
right for you.
But her sister's children, granted, I see them in small doses, but like once I'm out, I'm out. I gotta go.
we
Love you
saw her
guys.
hold one of them once. Corona, when
Yes.
you were there.
Yeah,
And we're
it's-
like, is she holding?
Is this social?
Like,
Or
is she
my
gonna
mom
throw
thought-
her?
Was it uncomfortable?
For
That
Kelly,
reminds-
it is
that
a little
makes me
bit.
think of Moo.
She tries to act like it isn't
Actually.
because she's a mom.
She was like, I
And
had
she's
to
been
pick
there.
her up. She
did this.
needed a snack. And
I said she looked hungry.
then she's like,
But she almost looks
But do you ever
like a
notice
guy
small-
who's afraid to hold a baby, and it's like he's holding a football.
But, but why are small children's hands always wet?
Because they stick them in everything, including their
Because
mouths.
she kept doing
because
this,
all people
and
with
it's
small
just
hands
wet.
are always wet.
They're wet and
her
cold.
because they stick them in the oddest places. Like the amount of times I should tell my 4-year-old to get her hands out of her fucking mouth all the time. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, stop touching your tongue.
My
What are you
boyfriend
doing?
has a 10-year-old, and I'm like, why are your fingers in your mouth? Like, you just touched a shopping cart.
Right. I'm like, oh.
But she's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
guess.
she's 4. Like,
or
yeah.
the toilet.
Yeah, but like if I'm somewhere and a child coughs, even in anywhere in my direction, that's it.
They are little. They're petri dishes.
and they don't.
yeah,
and
for
it's
sure.
just one of these. Do these. Do this. Do this.
And kids don't know any. They're like,
And it's literally
all over the place.
right here.
They rub this.
But
and
when
they
it-
touch all
Right in their
this.
face.
And the beauty is, if an adult does it, then I'm within my rights to shoot you.
Because you are attempted murder.
Don't sneeze on me. Like when we're on planes and stuff, and everyone, as soon as the plane gets ready to take off, everybody around you starts coughing and sneezing,
That recycled air.
and I'm done. Point now.
Well, I'm always your backup on planes
I gotta talk
because
into the
I bring the
microphone.
wipes and I literally wipe. I'm like, Kelly, get your wipes and wipe everything down.
They
Wipe
said
your
something
tray
like that. It
down.
was on the Today Show. They were talking
I
about
need booze.
germs and all that stuff because whatever. Everyone
You're
was
right.
worried about it. But they said that that's the place that the airlines don't clean is
Is
the
what?
trays.
Oh, and
and
They
stuff.
Yeah,
just
that's
flip
where
'em
they
up.
put food and
They just flip them
snacks
up. They
and
just flip them up. They don't take everyone down between flights and clean them.
Right.
So they just flip them back
Ew.
up. So they say always bring some
I
wipes
bring
to wipe them
wipes.
down.
I'm gonna do that
Wipe
in
the
2
seat
weeks.
back.
I'm a mom. I always have wipes. Like it doesn't
I
even matter.
always
Like
wipe
there's
her
always
stuff down.
hardly
I
ever
wipe
use
down the
the-
armrest. I'm like, they're the
We
citrus
need to
wet
fly
ones. They
together.
smell delicious.
we wipe down.
But
we
they
wipe
also
down
said
the
about
stewardess.
the coffee lines. Did you see that?
Yeah, because they don't clean them.
drink coffee on
don't drink-
airplanes
'cause
because
they-
they only clean those like water lines 4 times a year.
Well, it's shitty ass
Shut your
coffee,
mouth.
anyways. So
That's
I'm gonna bring my own
They said
Starbucks
they-
onto the plane
Yeah,
They-
from
they-
the
that's
usually get my shit
$9.
before I get on the
They were
plane,
talking to
since it's too
stewardesses, I
expensive.
think, is what it was, because they said the stewardesses hate pouring Diet Coke because it takes too long. It fizzes more than any
More
other
than regular
pop.
Coke, yeah.
So when people ask for Diet Coke, they're like, "Fuck, I should not,"
Let's all ask for Diet Coke on our next flight.
I'm like, I've never gotten
Just don't ask for
pop
coffee.
that came out of like
Well, they put it in then they give it to you in a can, but they have to pour
pour it because they can't give you the can.
Right,
God for
because it's a
fucking
missile.
bed.
It's a missile.
Right.
is what they call it.
Because I'm going to pop the lining out of my shoe and MacGyver a fuck. What the goddamn?
'Cause you can launch it. It can be used as a weapon. You can rip it apart
Yeah.
and use it. There's
Okay, the only time I've seen that happen is at Ozfest, and it was stuffed with sod. So
The only time I can imagine that happening is when there's kids screaming behind Kelly on an airplane.
then yes, then it's a weapon.
Or that.
freaking
They
knifes
brought
it.
on an airplane. Remember that game where it was all the shapes, and you put a butt
Oh,
timer
Perfection.
on
Perfection.
all the shapes.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the most annoying
Okay,
game
wait.
ever.
So are people that
Who gives
wear
a kid
those
that on a
fucking
plane?
Tevas and the khaki shorts with the Life is Good t-shirt and the mom bowl and have their kids on fucking harnesses
Leashes,
and
yeah.
decide that that game, what's it called?
Perfection.
Perfection. So as her
It's
and
taken us 5 years to figure out what the name of that game
Thank
was.
you.
Now we finally got it.
But imagine
welcome.
we're both buzzed. She's a couple aisles ahead of me. The mom's got their kid, the other demon. I got the demon over next to me on the other side of the aisle, and I'm writing and we're drinking and we got a buzz going, and that fucking buzzer and that shit flies. I literally was like, terrorist!
Every
And
single time.
Scared the absolute
throwing
shit out of me.
everything.
And then they played a game with marbles, and I'm like, you know what? If
Where the fuck did she have this stuff?
they had a
This was
fun
on an
bag.
airplane to New York City, and we went to Newark or something.
Yeah, why are you going to New York? They don't like you there.
Kids
And
don't belong in New York
Those
City.
kids in New
And
York
then the
at that
kids
age
would
have
throw
jobs.
a fit, kick the back of the seat, and they'd be like, "Now, little Johnny,
Let's talk about it.
let's talk about that. Do we kick the back of an airplane
I'm
seat?
going to knock my kid upside the head.
Oh no, little Johnny, you're about to lose your foot." And
Here,
then
little
we saw them
Johnny.
off the plane, and they were on harnesses.
They put one had a bear and the other one had a monkey harness.
Yep.
yeah, and they got
Jeez.
leashes, and they're like, "Come on."
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
Break
it's about that time. We're going to take a quick break. Everyone's refilling cocktails and smoke breaks and
I'm
whatnot.
playing some more of
There's an
your
ant.
band, Cora. Stick figure.
And then when we come back from our break,
You have ants.
it's becoming a dirty hour. So
But you have ants.
pull up your panties.
You
Yeah,
have ants.
Yeah,
That's dirty. That's
talk to
dirty.
them.
What kind of conditions are these? I'm not even being
You
paid to
going
be
break?
here.
Bye.
We really love you. We appreciate you.
Run, run, river, carry me home to the ocean. The river and the road take me home to the ocean. The friends in my life, like stars in the sky, leave the lights on. I'm trying to get back home. The river keeps on flowing to the ocean. The angels above me, they sing that they love me, oh Lord. I'm traveling alone, so far from home and Lord. Oh no, angels, please don't leave. I'm trying to get to her with the love she deserves, Lord, please. I've been playing my guitar, laying underneath the stars for you. In the light of the moon, I'll be forever singing tunes for you. When the stars are aligned like the colors in your eyes, greens and blues. It's not when or whether we'll always be together, it's true. And the angels above me, they sing that they love me, oh Lord. I'm traveling alone, so far from home and Lord. Oh no, angels, start changing. And your love for me is all I need to keep believing. And the angels above me, they sing that they love me, oh Lord. I'm traveling alone, so far from home, and Lord. On the way, angels, please don't leave. I'm trying to get to her with the love she deserves, Lord, please. Oh, please. Only me. Oh, feels it, knows it. 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 Yeah, the summertime is coming, and it's about to slow down. Slow down. Yeah, the summertime is coming, and it's about to slow down. Slow down. All I need is sunshine, all I need is you. We're here to have a good time, it's what we're gonna do. So come with me. Come with me. Follow in the shadows and walking in my shoes. Nothing else matters when I'm alone with you. I feel so free. So free. Yeah, the summertime is coming, and it's about to slow down. Slow down. Yeah, the summertime is coming, and it's about to slow down. Slow down. To the top of the world, from the bottom of the sea. The people always asking, but time will change a thing. No, mommy, I still believe. Every step is lasting, step into the sun. Do what makes you happy, that's the number one. It's all you need. Yeah, the summertime is coming, and it's about to slow down. Slow down. Yeah, the summertime is coming, and it's about to slow down. 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 You can laugh, you can sing, you can make your life a dream. You can pray, you've been saying, you've been waiting for the day when an isolated sun without a glimpse of hope. Dark long days, yeah, they come and they go. One dips, one trips, one cashes in his chips, one cries, one will hide, one submits to wisdom eyes. But another, he makes daybreak out of night. Sings a summer tune that feels quite alright. Looking for a better day. 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 Oh, feels it, knows it. Oh, feels it, knows it. Oh,
were, though, because in the end, men kick it before we do. So you're going to end up with your girlfriends in the long run anyhow.
That's what it's about.
And we're back. We were just discussing how
Hey.
we're all going to end up like the Golden Girls because women live longer than men. So in the end, we all just hope to be in a house.
It's just sheer will and house coats, man. That's all it's about.
Cheesecake in the kitchen in the middle of the night.
It's just
Oh, yeah.
And not feeling bad about it anymore.
no, and the just inappropriate jokes. And the Golden Girls were so far ahead of their time, and we've brought them into our lives in a big way. And yeah, they're just amazing.
It's the older we get, the
do,
more we appreciate these things.
On my show, Big and Bigger, which can be heard Sundays, 7
got
p.m.
it.
show.
It's almost done, so we don't have to do this
He
anymore.
gets a shameless plug.
He gets like one a show.
We're going to keep going. But just Al's not going to be there for a while. But we do a 64 team something
That's me.
every year.
She has my kid.
One year we did. This year I think I can't remember. We did comics a couple years ago where we put 64 comedians in the launch, and then we vote on them. And then
We did the romantic comedies. Or you did? So
I feel like I
it was
remember that.
rom-coms this year.
Yeah.
Well, the year before that it was sitcoms.
Yep.
And Golden Girls beat Sanford and Son to win the championship.
Well,
I
duh.
can see that.
Right,
But it had
duh.
to be a tight
Hello.
race, though, because Stanford and Son was
It was, and they
Yeah,
were ahead of their
no.
time too back then. You know
Jefferson's.
What I mean?
Pick a show back then. They were all ahead
Could
of their
you
time.
imagine those shows on TV?
No,
today?
because
No.
there would be snowflakes hurt everywhere. Just butt hurt as far as the eye could see. Everyone
One
would
of
be
my-
offended and
Like, I don't watch television.
at all.
No,
Wow.
no. That's why when I message you, I'm like, if you're going to talk about pop culture, I'll just leave because I have
I know
no
you were like,
idea.
I have no idea.
no idea what you're talking.
I'm kind of the only one that does around here, so
completely oblivious
I'm a
to.
Netflix and Hulu guy.
I'm
so
not
I mean-
really.
I mean, I
You
watch
watch Netflix.
watch
No, I watch
Netflix.
Netflix. I'll watch. I like my nerd shows, right? But I don't. If something's popular on television or there's a sitcom, I don't. I've never seen Friends, 90210, all that stuff from
Wow,
like
not
my
even
day.
90210?
No,
Wow.
back in the day, man, there were boys to hang out with and beer to drink, like 40 ounces to
Oh,
drink.
see, I was still like a little bit younger, so I wasn't in that.
Don't rub that in.
No, I'm just saying, like, I wasn't out. I wasn't into boys and drinking just yet. So once they came into the picture, yeah,
Well,
TV went down the wayside.
Yeah, that
but
is
I-
very true.
Kelly started early.
I actually did, but something like on Friday nights, Golden Girls would be on, and that was one of the things I enjoyed watching with my dad in Crime Story. Dennis
Yes.
Farina is
Saturdays
one of my
and
favorite
227
actors
was
of all
on.
Remember when he
Accurate.
took over on Law and Order
Yeah.
for half a
Yep.
couple seasons?
I did watch it for him, but I loved him, and then like my husband, it's funny like when it's on, I don't even know what show it's on. He'll fall asleep to it, but remember Miami Vice? Like I love Miami Vice, like that kind of stuff. But anything that's on today, I have no interest in it whatsoever.
My
But the
daughter,
Golden Girls,
My daughter watches Blue Bloods because Tom Selleck is in
oh God, he's amazing.
it. But there was the Magnum party. I had shaved my mustache. I had just had a mustache about a month and a half
ridiculous.
ago. That was horrible.
Did you wear the white
funny.
jacket, the white linen jacket?
No, but I had the Hawaiian
Hawaiian
shirt
shirt.
and the tiger hat. So
That's total Tom Selleck.
yeah, but so I went back and started watching some of the Magnum PIs. I was like, and it was a truly horrible show.
Yeah.
The acting back then was ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
NYPD Blue was one of my favorite shows ever.
Horrible.
I went back and watched it again, and I'm like, what?
It's so overly dramatic. It's like ER too. Like they're all like that. You're
I
like,
was like,
what the
Or,
hell?
like I tried Grey's Anatomy for a hot minute, and I was just like, these.
I don't get it. I really
I-
don't get it.
My mom has legit watched from the beginning.
Mine
She
too, and I
has-
don't get it.
And
I
I don't.
I don't want
just-
these doctors working on me in any
No.
shape or form.
The
Give
one,
me house maybe, but not
the
that.
one
Yeah, at least he's
thing-
honest about his addiction.
The one thing that I did like about that show is that they do base it off of real
Medical cases.
medical
Well, a lot of
cases.
everything you see
But,
now, Chicago Fire and Chicago PD and all those
Oh
other
my
ones.
Law and Order
Yeah,
SVU.
it says
and
right at the beginning of the thing, this is based on true
taken
stories.
from
taken
the
true
headlines.
stories. I mean, you can't have that kind of imagination. I mean,
Right.
what
No, our
people
world's
do-
that fucked
Right.
up
It's
that
just
people
crazy
are
stuff.
just.
And I
Chicago
appreciate that, but you
PD.
can't keep up on all that stuff. There's too much. And like my husband's a 2.5 Men guy. It is on in my house 24/7.
Because it's on
That's a
all
funny
the
ass show.
It's on
Okay.
14 channels.
I can't handle it, but
I
I'll
don't
tell
like
you
it
what,
either.
I know every episode by heart. I can tell it just
Right?
because it's in my
Yes.
ear. And like I said,
Background noise.
The background noise,
man.
yeah.
And
What's
like
that other one he watches too?
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
I do
man.
like
I
Big
do
Bang.
like Big Bang Theory
Big
too.
Bang Theory's genius, but I've already seen it all.
'Cause that's your nerd side.
It is my
Yeah.
nerd side, but I've seen every episode 14 times.
Right.
And so now I feel like if I saw any of those characters, I'd just throat punch them and be like, "I'm so glad you're off the air."
Right, like I'm so glad your show is done now.
Because they're all funny, they all have their quirks, but it's like that every single show, and my attention span just doesn't allow for it. Which is why, with writing, I'll start writing a book, and then I realize I just wrote 14 books in one, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta focus, and that's just my brain.
That's
just
gotta
can't
be
take
the hardest.
like that same stuff over and over again.
What's been your favorite book to write?
Juggernaut,
Oh, yay.
And why?
because it's based on all of us from our 30s up until 40.
Yeah.
And what started out at, well, all of them were my favorite in different ways, of course, but that one, we made a big production out of it. I really thought it was going to be.
Kelly, you might want to revise that big production, do a big shit show out of it.
We made a big shit show. Like, I got a little flashy with money, and I was like, we're going to hire a photographer who was awful. I'm gonna get these snazzy hotel rooms downtown, and we're gonna.
But boy, did we have a good
Oh,
time.
God, the
I was gonna
wine-
say, was it fun?
Oh yeah, so my girlfriend
You
Vanessa.
don't remember?
That's when you know it was really
we have
fun.
photos, but our girlfriend Vanessa flew in from New Jersey, and another friend was supposed to be with us, but we had a little Courtney. We had a little snafu. Her and I the day before. We can talk about that later. It was a hell of a good time for me. She
Oh, the
won't think-
painting?
the naked painting.
Oh, yeah.
But the wine bar that we like to go to, they let us take the patio, and we had a photographer, and we're just like fancy, right? We're just
Yeah.
we're just like, and what's funny is he took all these photos, and once he sent them to me, they were supposed to be the book cover, and they were awful.
Oh no.
We just looked like
He's like,
heifers.
Sorry, I didn't know how to get the shadows out of pictures.
And every all the good
You're a
photos had his
photographer?
You know how
thumbprint
to
in
edit?
it.
No.
Oh, I was so disappointed. So again,
His fucking thumbprint.
we had people flying in. We had rooms reserved. We had cars ordered, and I'm like,
shit,
we
yeah.
fancy. We fancy up in here. And that book did jack shit. I just thought by the fact that it was about us, everybody would love it. But I don't promote like I should. But I love that one because her and I reconnected mid-30s, I'd say.
It was 2013. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's when I moved back to Michigan.
She moved back to Michigan, and we had social media. But her and I had become friends in high school, and because she came to my high school your sophomore year,
Yeah.
and I was a junior. So anyway, she was one of those that graduated and was like, bye, and she's gone. She did her thing all over the country, and I stayed here.
Did that too.
And
toured.
had a baby young, and that was my path, and I'm thrilled with it. But her and I reconnected, and so then we went to go see our friend that's in New Jersey. And we
That
started
was the
having-
first time we saw each other, literally since
in 20 years.
high school,
Yeah.
since you graduated.
In '93.
I showed up at our house, and I was like, we're flying out to see our friend Vanessa, right?
And my
He's
husband,
like, hey, good to see you. And her husband's driving us to the airport, and he was so confused. And
He's
he's like, you guys?
you've never mentioned her, huh? We've been together.
And we're like, oh my God, it's been so long. Yeah, it's been 20 years almost.
He's so confused. Like, what just
But
happened?
that's girls, though, right?
It is. It's
That's
totally a
girls.
female
Yeah.
thing.
Like, guys wouldn't do that.
No.
Guys would be like, bro, I ain't talked to you in 20 years. I got no use for you. Do you owe me money? What?
Yeah.
And bitches are like, pack
But
your bag.
I
We're
was
going
like,
out of
I'm
town.
so
Like, let's go.
glad You used to drive me to school in
I
the
did. I
morning.
went out of my
and
way
high
to get
school.
her.
It's so nice. So good to see you again. So what's going on? Like, hey, let's go party in New York City.
Let's
And
go.
no time and we've been inseparable ever
Yeah.
since. So,
It
so
is.
then
It's
as
a
we're
female
doing
thing.
this stuff, I start taking notes because it's hilarious, right?
Right?
And when my daughter and then like my pseudo daughters that lived with us, I was a mom. I was home.
I get it.
didn't drink. I didn't do nothing. I was all about these kids.
Okay, I
So when they
drink and
got to
smoke,
be
so.
a little bit older, I was like, well, I'm going to go. I've got a girlfriend in New Orleans. I've got, reconnected with her. I've got a girlfriend in New Jersey, and she introduced me to some great girls. So it's like my time now. So we
Right.
started doing this, and I started kind of taking notes about it. And I was like, so when the idea of Juggernaut came out, I was going to write a lot of books separate. So I was going to write a book to you about you and me, a book to you about you and me. Well, listen, I'm not that smart and I'm not that patient.
It's all going in one.
It's going to go in one, and I'm going to make up these characters that are a little bit of each of us, and then I'm going to make this story around it. But the background stuff, the stuff that they go and do, and the trouble that they find, the brunches, the whatever.
That's yours.
That's us. And that was like, I love you. Here's a book. I love you. So the fact that it didn't go far in terms of, on in Amazon or whatever. I don't care. I wanted them to have this piece of us that, we've been working our whole life
Jacqueline
towards.
and Christy both said that that's her favorite, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
See, I was looking today when I was scrolling through Amazon, or yesterday when I was downloading.
I did see those. Yeah.
But I was seeing you do have a decent amount of reviews and stars on all of your books.
Not really.
I mean,
Mercy Fuck got the most.
Yeah.
And people were brutal.
Top 10 what?
Yeah, I did. That book got me. It's because of the title. I titled it that on purpose.
That
It's
book put you into a
Oh, it definitely catches your attention.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that
for
book
sure
did
it does.
put me in another tax bracket. Damn it. But it's not written any differently than anything else. But I was like, let me throw this weird ass title on it, give it a lame ass cover, and just see if people will buy it just because it's called Mercy Fuck.
And they did.
boom. See, because some people don't read the synopsis, and I'm one of those because I'm such a fucking bookworm, and I'm constantly looking for something to catch my interest because some shit just sucks, and there's just no way around it. Other stuff though, so I want to see what other people say about it. I want to see the kind of reviews on it. So I read the synopsis, and I'm like, oh, okay. Let me see what the reviews look like. All right, let's go ahead and read this. And with Cocktails, I like that your lead character is not some tiny, skinny, perfect little 10 bitch.
Right.
Because I'm not.
I'm not either, honey.
I'm a curvy girl. I got hips, I got ass, I got tits, I got some things that bounce, and I got stretch marks, and I got cellulite.
Right.
I'm normal. This is
Just
how I
wait
look.
till you hit 40. Because I was loving my shit. I was working my shit. I woke up at 40, and I was like, wow, I have 2 asses, 4 chins, and I have a lazy eye now.
Oh, I've always had a lazy eye. You get used to it.
But
I like how you put today.
You just drink enough.
Put on your
It's my
panty
last
liners or
one.
whatever. I was like,
You
oh
said
my
put
God.
on your
that
big
was
girl
to me.
panties. I'm coming in hot.
because
That was
that's
to me.
But that's
I was
the thing.
dying though,
liners.
but I was like, oh my God, this is so true.
I can't tell you how many times we've had girls' nights, and there's 20, 30 of us, and we start laughing, and then you
happens.
you see that look, and it's like, oh, I just peed. You just peed your pants, didn't you? And then it's like, oh, I got pants for you. Hang on. So
Right, because it went through. There's no doubt.
but there's no shame. I
And you're
have
like,
no
that's
more.
so cute. I laughed so hard to pee my pants, and one day you sneeze and you pee a little, and you're like, now I'm that
Okay,
age.
I just want to say that I
Cough
am
too
not
hard?
that girl yet.
Yet.
Well,
Yeah, I
first of
haven't
all,
had that
I've
happen
had
yet.
2 surgeries that are C-sections, but I've never had any kids.
That's
And
why.
this bitch today scared
Yeah, she
the
did.
living shit out of me. And Kelly says, "Did you pee your pants?" I'm like, no.
But I did.
Right, but you did. For sure you did.
It's like I saw it coming, and I still peed my pants. which
Just from the
scared you.
anticipation. But it's one of those. It's like there's no. I have no dignity left.
No.
Like when I go to see my OB.
Yep.
What gown? I don't need a gown. This is it. Get in there. Tell me what you see, what you don't see.
You've been up in there too many times. Let's do this.
But it's just she hasn't had kids, so I never had this problem up until menopause. I never peed my pants. I never,
the second one
thought
that
it was
did me in.
gas, and then it was a surprise.
I've never had
You know what
that.
I
I had
mean?
that problem. Doctors lay off the caffeine, and I'm like, bless your
Yeah.
heart.
The big thing
Yeah,
with
good
menopause
luck
is
with
like,
that.
you need to stop drinking, and I was like, you need to leave this room.
Yeah.
Right. I'm in menopause. You want to tell me I can't have a cocktail?
And I'm a gun owner.
really?
And then I'm a gun owner. But
My
Put it around.
deductible is full. Look at everything.
and nobody was going to want to put this in jail, so I will literally get off on this because of menopause, and I will shoot you. So write me a prescription for Trazodone and Xanax, and leave, and I'll see you next year. That's and
God,
that,
Prince Charming's gonna be screwed when I hit fucking menopause.
or he's just going to be really well adjusted. My husband's been pretty damn great about it, but I go
have a
out of
pretty
my
great guy too.
I go out of my way to lessen the blow. They see more of it. than he does, because they just laugh it off.
I think that's what it is, though, too, with our female friends. Like, it's just a different relationship than
It is.
because we're just brutally like exactly who we are. Like, my friends come to my house. My house is the house that everyone shits at, and
Oh.
like they know where my tampons
Mine
are,
is
and like
My house is like the Target bathroom.
Right?
They walk in-
Hope there.
if they go there first, like they don't even come in to say hi.
Okay, maybe
first.
once.
Oh no,
No.
no. There's something about Target, the smell in there.
The second she walks in, she's
Oh,
like, see you in
yeah.
a minute. And she just
Really?
goes,
Or
oh, yeah.
something
Yeah.
about Target for a long time. I told my sister every time I went with her to Target, I wish she was listening. She might be.
She might be.
And I'd be like, I'll be right back. And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like, something about the
Something
smell
in your
Target.
triggers.
And then all of a sudden it started happening at her house. And I was like, oh, this is great. I love coming over here. It's like Target.
I went
I don't
on.
know. It's all kind of ended now, but
We had a
it was
girls'
really good for a
weekend
while.
at my family's cottage, and there was like 13 females that went with one bathroom, right? And we're all
No.
super close, right?
died?
We
Who died?
we went to one of the stores in town, and they had like a quarter machine, and it had like caution tape and stuff. It was all over the bathroom door, like all weekend, because we were all so comfortable with each other. Anytime someone went to town, we're like, "You need to buy more air freshener." Like, this is
that's-
just brutal.
That's the one beauty about women is there's nothing they or I or any of us. I don't even care if I don't know you that well.
Right,
That's true.
It's
If
true.
you threw something out to me right now, I'd be like, all right, well, let's deal with that.
I get you, boo.
I got
That's
you.
why the women's
Right?
bathroom is like the biggest social
Yeah,
love fest
that's-
ever. Men don't know what goes on in there. There's no hate in the women's bathroom. It's like
No, there's not.
I'm bleeding my ass off. Does someone in here have a tampon? Like, this chick's hurling. Like, someone's holding her hair back, doesn't even know her. Like, it's a
Right.
love fest. We're
It's
all
always,
just in it.
Girl,
like,
I got you. I got you.
And you have to be because, and I'm not saying men don't do that for us, but they don't do that for us. So, no,
Not the
I'm
way
going to
that
say
women
that.
do, yeah.
But not that. And so, Julie and Cora, I had, I'm not going to go into detail, but I had surgery a few years ago. And I'm not, I'm not going into detail.
shit was
I'm not.
Neither have I.
I'm not because it's pretty.
I saw stuff I shouldn't have.
So I had my house coat, right?
Right.
And I
Her
opened it
house
up
coat.
and I'm like, I don't feel right. Can you just take a look?
and just check.
And
Please.
so I did the grand reveal. She leaned in. She's like,
Been there.
I gotta go. And she's like,
Literally walked out
walked out the door. And I can't get out of my chair.
So you're like, what the fuck did you see?
So I'm taking my phone and I'm like, oh my God. And so my sister comes over with my niece. And
Worst what?
she did it.
What'd you
She totally did.
I had a swollen vagina.
oh, okay.
Like you're whispering, like no one's gonna hear it.
But like I knew something didn't feel right.
right, like
But I couldn't
something's off.
see it because I'm in a lot of pain.
I was
And
like, here's your soup. I got to go to my grandma's birthday. And I did have to go to my grandma's birthday.
but she ran out
there
the
was no
door.
explanation.
And she left the door open. So if somebody came to kill me, I can't even get out. So my sister
If
sister
they would
comes
not
over.
kill you, they run.
All I got to do is do that. Nobody's
So
messing with
scary.
me. But then my sister comes over, my oldest sister and my niece, and I was like, Deb, I need you to. And she's like, and my sister works at the hospital, so
she's all, yeah.
So she was like, okay, here's what we need to do. Your husband needs to come home. And I was like, but he's bowling. Like, I want him to bowl. And so my husband comes home, and he fell to his knees, and he was like, oh, my God. I was like, you need to help me. Like,
Well, because you wanted me to cut it.
Yeah.
Like, cut your bandages. And
yeah.
I was like,
because you know when you
oh,
have
no.
bandages on,
Yeah.
the swelling moves down. Well, nobody told me that when you wrap and it goes down,
It's gonna go
Other
there.
things
The little
Wow.
openings.
I
the
didn't
certain
even know.
Openings,
I didn't even
it
know
just
that
goes
was
everywhere.
I missed something because
Yeah, you did.
Eric just
I
walked
didn't
into a
even know.
conversation.
I
Bad
swear to
and-
God, I didn't even know that was possible. And so
That's
my
it.
poor husband, I'm like, cut the bandages
God,
off.
it's terrifying.
So
yeah.
he does, and it was like a balloon deflating, like just the relief from it. What, my face by the microphone? Oh my God! Can't we do this with the Bluetooth? But
I know it's. I
it
constantly
was-
feel like I'm like eating the thing.
But it was one of
Nobody
those
else
where
is having
she
a
was
problem.
she's so funny because then, like, we can use the bathroom after each other and it'd be a horrible experience, and she just smiles. But boy, she takes one look at me in my bathrobe and she ran out the front door. Can't count on her in a
Dude,
crisis.
I had a friend who had it was like it was like worse than an ingrown hair. and it was
Down there?
it
Like
was
a staph
yeah, and it was
infection?
like
Oh, what about-
gnarly.
Oh,
and she
that's
was
Cora's
like,
jam.
Can you look at this and tell me what you think? And I was like, we need to call the doctor. Like, I hate to say that this might be something worse. Like,
all
did
you
you
need's
maybe
a
got the
lighter?
herp? Like,
You need
I
a
want
lighter.
this.
Just need
Like
a
a
lighter
blue
and a
waffle?
needle.
I was
What?
Is it like a blue waffle?
Oh, don't
No.
go there.
Oh
Don't
no,
go
no,
there.
no, no, no!
It was like a very. It was
Oh, she's carrying on.
Not
it wasn't
that
an
bad.
ingrown hair. It
I
was
didn't
like
find
basically
out
like
about
an
that
infected
until like 2
cyst.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
And it was brutal
And
looking
then they
though, and
said
I was
Google
like,
it.
No,
but
that's
that's
Never-
friendship. Like her
It
boyfriend's
is.
like, "Did you look at it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we gotta call the doctor."
He's like,
Like,
"Fix it,
I'm
fix
like,
it."
I don't know how to fix it. We gotta call the doctor. They might
No.
need antibiotics. Like, I'm not sure what's going on.
My husband was a champ. He hasn't looked at me right since, but he was a champ. He was a champ. And I couldn't see it, so I was
That's
like, is it
female
bad?
friendship is
It
different.
is.
Like that.
It totally is. It's just,
I offered to look at you in a certain area when you thought you had something going on, and it wasn't anything. But wow,
We need a
it
second
wasn't
opinion.
anything.
Oh my god.
Sometimes we need a second
Why? Everybody
opinion.
thinks she has
well,
like an STD.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get a refill. And no, I don't have the clap.
It's
Thank
usually
you.
an ingrown hair that we can't see
Nothing like
ourselves.
that.
Like,
Booby just hit the microphone.
mine keeps doing that too. It's usually an ingrown hair that we can't identify ourselves because
Kelly's
of the
walking
angle
away
of
to get her
it.
medication
Like-
for her
Yeah,
issue, Cora saw.
it was just the way she was.
I'm just
Whatever.
gonna bring the whole thing back.
She's like, I'm just bringing the whole bottle this
There we
time.
go.
It wasn't
as
like
well.
that.
It wasn't like that. If we could just,
not even a
for the
little
4
bit.
people that are still listening, if we could please let them know it wasn't like
way
that.
more
No, nothing
She's
like that.
not
Gonna
contaminated.
drink from the bottle. Thanks, Boo.
Antibiotics were not necessary.
And now I'm dead.
All right. So yes, Juggernaut was my favorite because
Wow, that fucking conversation got sidetracked.
always does.
That's what happens. I told her earlier, we kind of go, woo.
Yeah,
I love my girlfriends. And
Conversations evolve.
I asked that question like 10 minutes ago. I was like,
and you left for 8 of them. So
Well, and I think
Yeah, you just
Most
got
of it.
back.
gnats.
going back to it might have been before the commercial break. Going back to the podcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Is that we had talking about what the 40s is that it was this crazy idea that we had. By the way, we have a whole list of crazy business ideas. Like we'll drink and we're like, there's got to be more to life than real estate insurance. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and so we have all these crazy ideas. Whatever. Don't ever look at that list because you'll be like, I never want to be a
I'm
business
going to
owner,
own a
right?
freaking edible coffee shop one day, so
So
don't
what
worry
the-
about
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh, we could totally
What
do
the
something
40s
like that.
started, like we were up north,
Decorate
and
it all.
David is going to...
I did a live reading of one of her books, and it was her and I and a girlfriend, and she's like, "Read my book out loud."
Oh, I wish
so
I could
for
play
like
that.
an hour, I was reading cocktails out loud
Oh, it was great.
and voices and all sorts of stuff as a narrator,
She narrated.
swatting
horribly.
mosquitoes and all
Audiobook.
sorts of stuff. Yes. And it was like, wow, this is amazing. She's like, you're so good at this narrating my books. We're drunk. And
She's skipping lines.
and then the next morning, we wake up, and I'm like, ow, I can't walk right. Something hurts. Well, 10 days later, I'm having spine surgery. But I think it all kind of came to fruition is like, wow, you're so good at, like, reading books. We should talk about nothing.
and everything.
And what the 40s is, what the 40s is, you wake up, and, like, you're in spine surgery 10 days later. So
Yeah.
I think that's where that all came from was just, like, what the 40s.
Yeah.
Oh, and hey,
This
let's talk
happens.
about nothing because we found ourselves hilarious.
Oh, we
reading
thought it was the
That's
greatest
kind of how
thing
this
ever.
show came to be. Friends of ours, Nick and Jay, had their show on Wednesday nights from 10 to 12,
10 to midnight
and
ish.
my ex co-host Melissa and I, who is my best friend since high school, so we know each other
Where's she at?
inside and out. She is
Arizona.
having, I think she's
where
she's
she's
in
at?
California currently right now.
Okay.
She's on a different adventure right now in life, which she needed. She's gone through a divorce and some other
Okay,
shitty
so
things.
she's
So
living her
oh,
best
okay.
life
yeah,
right
she's
now.
taking a new adventure,
Okay.
and it's good for her. But we used to come into their show half drunk all the time because her house is like her old house was like right up the street, and my kid was at her dad's. We just get hammered, and then we'd come up here fucking half in the bag and talk shit on the guy's show all the time. So one night we're across the street, and they're like, They need their own show, and we're like, yeah, we're fucking hilarious. Let's do this, and we did. And
Thursdays, 10
And I love the title. I think the girl show. It's awesome.
that's all we talk about. Like,
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. There's podcasts everywhere, and I wasn't really all that aware of it until I reached out to you, and we have these holy shit ideas, and we play it back these videos the next day, and we're like, oh my god, it's even better when you're sober.
oh yeah,
You know?
oh yeah.
And would anybody else laugh at it?
no.
I don't know.
Maybe, maybe
But-
not.
But she was
Someone's-
killing it, and not to mention, like on a pain scale from 1 to like I'm dying, she was like, I think she was embalmed at that point. She was in so much pain. She was miserable. We're up in Oscoda at our girlfriend's place, and we went kayaking and the whole, and she's miserable, right? So we got this idea. So I reached out to you, and I was like, you know what, like, you don't have to be famous to have a podcast.
No.
Like, and what the great thing about like women, like I said, my girlfriends do anything for them. They do anything for me.
Yep.
And we have wisdom and we have funny stories. And
Yeah.
listen, if somebody's in their 20s listening to What the 40s, here's the shit your mom's not going to tell you.
Right, this is life.
You know,
though.
and when you're in
Right.
your 20s, you don't give a shit about anything. When
No.
you're in your 30s, you're focused on whether it be marriage or career or whatever.
Kids, whatever.
Nobody prepares you for 40. Like, you're close, you said?
Yeah,
You have no
I'm
idea
gonna be
what's
39 in February,
You
and
have
I'm
no
like,
idea what's in
I
store
loved
for
my 30s.
you. 30s were the best.
30s have been kind of the biggest up and down shit show of my
Yeah.
life. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Like,
But-
I had my first at 24, and that was rough, and I learned a lot about myself. But my 30s, definitely, I was a single mom, my own house, career, and then I had another kid on top of it, and I'm a full-time single mom. Like, I have one that has a dad, one that doesn't. It's been the biggest. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
The early part of my 20s, I spent on a fucking tour bus somewhere dating some fucking rock star. I had the time of my goddamn life.
Right.
So I did not miss out on that. Like, when I had my kids, I was ready to have kids and, like, be a mom and, like, calm the fuck down because I was in anarchy for years because I lived on a tour bus. There was no fucking rules.
Do you have any STDs? Do we need to look at
No,
you?
no, because I'm not a whore, so there was a difference.
Yeah, that's the one thing
I wouldn't
about-
judge you if you were. I'm just,
I know
you
because
know.
I saw the difference. Like, that's one of the things. Like, I wish I could have been a slut because I could have fucked a whole lot of famous
Right.
dudes, like a whole lot of rock stars. But you see how dirty they are sometimes, and you're like, oh, I'm straight on that. Like,
That's dirty.
Yeah.
you were hot until like 10 minutes ago.
But like Kelly always says, she says, getting pregnant at the age she did, she said, my daughter saved my life.
yeah,
did.
Do
and
you feel that way?
yes,
Yeah.
my oldest
sure, my
definitely,
kids.
totally, completely saved my life. She calmed me the fuck down. And she made me realize exactly what I wanted in life because I thought up until that point I wanted to be a metal band tour manager. I wanted to marry a metal artist and raise our kids on the road. And then I learned real quick I did not fucking want to do that. And I wanted to have roots and I wanted to have a home and I wanted to be that kind of mom. And I had her and I was that kind of mom. Not exactly the way I thought. I didn't have the white picket fence and the perfect marriage and all. Like, I didn't have any of
Nobody
that.
does.
No, I had a different life, and I wouldn't change not a goddamn bit of it. She's amazing. And then I had my newest one, who's now 4, because I was ready to have another one, because I'm not having any more after this. Like,
Right.
She
no,
was
I'm done.
determined.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was determined.
And you're not going to stop that. If there,
And she said, I don't care if he's in the picture or not, because she said my first one turned out fine.
I knew I could do it by myself, so
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. Like,
well, that's the,
let's do
and,
this.
and I'm sure you had girlfriends in your corner. I'm sure you
oh
had.
God, yeah. My
you
mom
know,
was
and
Hey,
hugely in
homie.
my corner. Like,
Well, you have a support system. And
yeah.
But
I
you,
did.
You know,
you-
if you know it's what you want, you
Yeah,
know.
I learned
Carly
so
said,
much
you know,
more.
You know, you don't want to have children, and I knew I
Yeah.
didn't want to have children
Right.
Yeah.
on my own or past a certain point. I'm
Yeah.
like, he's
You know-
got to like be rich. He's got to be all
Oh, yeah.
this stuff. And
There's
if I
all
don't see him
these.
by
There's-
35,
I thought I might, and I was with a guy, and we tried, and he has 3 kids with other women now, so it obviously wasn't him. It was
Oh.
obviously me. So,
but there's no wrong
and I
way.
don't know. I'm not like I feel like
obviously.
No, that was like phased up again.
But there's
saying
no
that.
wrong
No.
way, right?
the
Because
ship
like,
has sailed for me.
You make it the best, whatever way it is.
I
Oh,
don't
my.
like other people's kids. I'm very vocal about that.
but you love your own.
But
damn.
my daughter, when I say
Damn.
she saved my life, I got pregnant at 19.
Yeah.
And she did save my life. I wouldn't be here today
Because
if
they
I didn't.
change everything about you.
But the day I found out I was pregnant, it took a minute.
yeah.
But I was like, okay, this is going to be
Let's do
okay.
this, yeah.
And her dad and I obviously didn't work out, but but then it led me to meet the love of my life,
Right.
and marry him, and he was a father as well to our daughter, and he's just everything.
Yeah.
So there's no mistake.
No,
Like,
I
there's no
completely agree
mistake.
with that.
And a lot of people, when I got pregnant young, were like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, Kelly's pregnant."
Right.
She's so, because I was a wild child. Mm-hmm. But it's proof that like when you're given a blessing, man, you turn that shit around in a heartbeat.
Yup, you
and up
do.
until she was 16, 17 years old, you wouldn't see me drinking. You would not
Yeah.
see me drinking, because if that kid had a soccer game, or I had to take a friend to cheerleading.
Oh, you
or
are
my
on
ass
it.
was
Like,
up.
you are
I had
on
juice
it.
boxes, fucking
Orange slices, you are good to go.
You bet your
They're in
ass
your- they're in your house
fucking
coat. They're in
year.
your house coat pocket.
In your house
How are
coat?
you? You just snuck right
Like,
in
baby,
there.
I'll take you in my
did.
house shoes
You were
and
in the
house
zone
coat.
right
Yeah,
there.
I'd wear my house coat to drop them little
Dude,
shits off at school.
I got bonus kids up the ass.
Oh, I had bonus kids all day long, and there's a reason for that, right? Like, I wouldn't take a bonus kid on now.
Well,
Right.
no,
Hell
now
no.
that your kids are.
No,
No.
Yeah.
But at that
Then,
time,
yeah.
your parents aren't treating you right. You're having a hard time. Boo,
Come
I
over.
got a
Let's
place
go.
for you. Come on.
Yep.
Got your homework done? Got your vegetables today?
Yep. That's my oldest. She's got friends. They're like, Mom, and I'm like, what, honey? Like, what do you need? They come to me like
Yeah.
I got bonus kids.
And you'd rather be that house than the other house.
Right. I'd rather be the open house that knows what the hell's
Yep.
going on. They come here. They talk to me.
Right.
I'd rather know that than be the one who thinks that they're off fucking studying when they're in a field somewhere dying from
They're
alcohol
good.
poisoning. Right.
Because all your
That would
kids
be
are
my
going to
plan.
go through those
Because
things.
we were all borderline at one point.
Seriously, we
Yes.
all were.
Yes,
Like,
we
We all
have.
lied to our parents.
I still do. I still do.
You still lie to your parents?
Of course I do.
your hair is down
Okay,
and
I still lie
straight
to my
today.
mom.
This is a
He's got the
different
evil
look
look
for
on
you.
his face.
I know, or like your horns are out today. What is going
It's
on?
your hair
so
not
like
usually straight?
DC Andrews
No, it's usually
look.
back in. Like,
Yeah,
a
usually I have it
ponytail.
in a ponytail when I come in.
Okay, why not tonight?
Well, actually, I shot a commercial for my Halloween show.
Oh.
Yeah, so I did.
That's why
I,
his horns are out. It has to do with Halloween.
Well, all the time. that's not an unusual.
That's the
thing.
biggest holiday that makes my
Exactly.
horns come out. So.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
decorate tomorrow.
I'm gonna
so I
decorate
can't
We
wait
tomorrow.
can't
any
smoke
longer.
on this show. It'd be great.
That would be.
Do you have
Oh
a
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead and touch it. It's all right.
Kelly, touch this
Go ahead.
hair.
Is it all right?
Oh, that's not real.
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, it is.
Look at me, got all offended like a black girl. That's not a weave,
No,
motherfucker.
Go ahead, run your fingers through the scalp. Go ahead and touch it.
That's real.
See?
Oh my God.
So damn.
Yes.
That's our stripper.
Hercules.
KS Adkins,
Hercules.
the
That's
woman
our
you write,
stripper.
is
That's
a,
good hair.
a romance novelist.
Really? I'm a
That's not
stripper.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
I've been waiting to meet you.
I can fog your glasses up for real.
So we're going to be doing our own podcast, right? So I wanted to meet the girls and kind of like learn how it goes, blah, blah, blah. You know, sisterhood, whatever, learn from them.
Run your
Okay.
mouth, you know.
Run our mouth, drink some alcohol. Would you like a glass of wine?
I don't drink.
He doesn't.
Well, you just dropped 2 points in my book.
I usually am the drink.
Here's a
No, hold on.
Oh, I caught that.
But here's a
yeah, she didn't
conciliatory
get
cup
that
for
one.
you to put your water in.
I usually am the drink.
Ah, you're thirsty.
No,
No,
I
you're
get
around
swallowed.
those. Oh, okay. Okay. All
I
right.
told you he's dirty.
I'm the shot, and
You're
I'm
the
a,
shot. I
Knock
got
it
you.
over
Okay.
his hair. He's not on stage. Stop touching him.
But you're like Vampire in Brooklyn with this hair right now. Is Vampire in Brooklyn with
Oh
this
my
hair
God!
right now?
Oh my God!
Thank
You're
you.
so right. Oh my God! Yes.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Eric, are you Googling? Eric's Googling.
Yes. He's gonna pull it up.
Vampire in
I'm
Brooklyn.
like-
He's gonna pull it up.
No, that's some.
I don't know, but I dream about
Julie's
this.
dying over here.
It looks.
She's just petting
Now here's
him.
the thing: if you think it looks good like this, you should really see it in your lap.
Oh, shit.
Oh. Do I have to explain that to you?
I got my
Your
selfie
crinkle
stick.
eyebrows. Do I
I
have
got
to
my
explain?
selfie stick. Wait, Julie, let me record this.
Do we really have to explain? Do you need a diagram, Julie?
She's trying to play. She's trying to play. Yes, Vampire in Brooklyn. God damn it, I'm good at this shit. I bet you that came out in what, 91?
Can we get you some fangs?
No shit.
It's Angela Bassett, too, right?
I know.
Yeah.
What year? What year? 95. I was
Not
4
yet,
years.
but
My
close.
husband would have
We're
known
close.
this.
That was one
It's a
year
Wes
after
Craven
I
movie.
graduated.
It is, shockingly enough.
1 year
Yeah.
after
So
you
good.
graduated?
Yeah, I'm 43.
Same.
Holy crap.
What year did you graduate?
94.
I graduated in 93.
Oh,
We're
you
the
sort of
same
look like
age.
this guy too.
That's more so, yeah.
earlier today. Wait a minute,
Definitely not this guy.
No, I'm gonna tell you who I got
Fuck
earlier.
my shit up.
Hey, Eric, I got
me
earlier
that
today. I got the
vampire
guy from Interview with a Vampire, the one that
the
Lestat?
when Antonio Banderas played.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
hold on.
Gustav or something.
No, it's not Gustav.
Gustav is from Beauty and the Beast.
That's Gaston.
That's
Gaston.
Gaston.
No one.
Gaston.
Hey, Gaston.
You're talking a 4-year-old like I can sing the whole goddamn song right now.
No, but I
Yeah, I
am
got
impressed
kids.
by the hair. I am
you.
impressed by the hair. It looks nice. It's silky. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it. It's the color she's been trying to go for, but can't quite manage
Well, I
it.
mean, I'm kind of brown, but if I'm the color you've been trying to go for.
No, hair.
Oh.
Hair.
She gets darker than you in the summer. She gets darker than
There you go. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't think so,
I know,
but
Alex.
that's what I heard earlier today.
Yes.
It's so silky.
Thank you.
That's exactly who he's
Yeah, what
talking
product
about
is
right
Can I
there,
ask
though.
you something?
That's a
Please
fresh
do.
glow
You
out
the
there.
hell
What
was
was that?
Do I
Did
do?
I just say
no,
damn?
Yes, that was my phone.
Was
I
that an
forgot to put it
exaggeration?
on.
Are those kids screaming?
I'm like, who is that?
I was like, who's got kids out right now screaming?
I'm
Like,
sorry, I
So
forgot
just
to
so you
put
know, when we do our podcast, we wanted you to come on as a performer so we could critique you.
it. Would you like to see something now?
Can we
Please?
have a little sample
Sure.
of
Go.
what we can expect
let's
on
do
the
that.
show?
Giddy up.
We still haven't even seen it yet, so come on.
But you know, I'm gonna use a victim. So
Julie, be
Not
great.
it.
And
if I do it, I'm gonna have a
Hey,
victim.
but listen,
Julie.
this is no bullshit. She
I'm
just
wearing a
had
dress
spine
today.
surgery, so don't fuck with her neck. Then I'll have to
Yes,
kill you.
for real.
Well, I mean, there are so
No, I
many
did.
other.
Carly's
parts.
got
Wait,
pants
so
on.
you have a bad neck?
Yeah.
So do you have to just
for
rock
real.
back
Why are
and
your
forth?
7
hands so
weeks ago,
dirty?
I had spine surgery.
And that's such a beautiful neck.
It's not dirt.
Why are his
That's
Oh,
hands
thank
dirty?
you.
No, his hands are
Thank you.
dirty as fuck.
Kelly.
So I mean, is everything else okay? Like, is your back okay, or is it just your neck?
So, real
Because
quick,
I really can't depend on what I do.
The neck, the shoulders
there
are,
is only
but-
one comment on that contest for the books.
Oh, who won?
Only one?
There's only one comment so far.
none of
so
your
all
assholes
you
won the book?
assholes
Jamie.
better get out
Who-
on
who-
there.
We're not going to give out.
Who left
My
the
cousin
comment?
Jamie.
Well, then Jamie and a friend won.
All right.
Boom.
Jamie, there you go.
There
you
you
got
go.
it.
Love you, Jamie.
All right, then.
I live
Better
in the
late-
Heights if you still do,
No,
so
we're
you
not
can come
even-
at my
we're not
house and
even
get
gonna
them if
play
you
around.
want, baby.
I want to see this.
We got
Sorry.
sidetracked. People want to see some, yeah.
And you have a dress on because
I do.
you've been ready to get it for.
I know, honey.
I'm
but I
not
got a
kidding.
dress
Don't
on
mess with
today.
her neck.
Well, I mean, there's so many other things that I.
She's
could
got no limitations. Get a hold of
Carly
her.
doesn't
That's
either.
not
Carly's
true.
got pants on.
That's so not true.
No, get a
What?
hold of Cora.
Pants are
She's got
important.
big
I
titties.
honestly,
You
Julie.
I
can-
love
I'm like,
boobs.
Carly's got pants on,
I just
too.
don't want to hurt you,
You
and
shut
I'm
your
being
mouth
honest.
talking about my
She
vagina.
loves
like
I
you
do.
did.
Corey, you got
I,
to
and I am not your
Say
friend.
it.
Well, no, you've
Get
got
her.
all of that
Yeah,
next, so
you
you
brought
come in.
my vagina into it.
Okay, come on over here.
So if I
Bringing
Get
people's
up.
boxes into the game, like, oh
If
shit.
They're
Yeah,
our
we're
guests.
even.
They can.
Cora, get up.
Cora, you're up.
All right,
You can leave your hat on.
No,
Switch
I'm putting her
seats.
in this chair.
All right. All right, forget it.
Oh, this
Trying
is
to
Why are
gonna
you
be
taking
good.
up all your jewelry?
Look, he's getting
This is
pushed
what
like
I
he's
do.
gonna fight. Like,
No, no.
damn. That's like a ghetto girl when she's gonna
If I
fight.
was
She take
gonna-
off all her jewelry.
If I was gonna fight, I'd leave one of them rings on.
Oh, I'm gonna film this shit. What is
that?
Don't forget we're on Facebook Live too.
Oh.
I mean, just a side note, we're on Facebook Live.
Kelly, let me get your.
I got a little something right here. Will you
That's
get a
some
hold of
David Drainman type shit going on.
Will you film
I'll,
this for me?
I'll cut your thing off now. Your fupa thing.
Oh Lord,
I was gonna ask you to trim my beard.
it's a stitch ripper.
He's got on velvet shoes. No, you shut this video off.
back
I'll
up a little
cut
bit.
you. I'll back the hell
Kelly, you
up.
back up a little bit.
Betcha.
All right, damn. You need music? I don't have any music.
Need a drink.
Can you do a song off of YouTube?
Oof, dude, not really, but
Some Post Malone or some metal.
hold on.
No.
What do you normally dance to?
So don't we have to post like?
I'm gonna give you one.
We have to put a disclaimer
Yeah, I
that
gotta
we don't
put a
own the
disclaimer
rights.
that we don't.
Okay, so
So,
don't do that. Do
yeah.
whatever you got. Just give me something slow, or you can do Art of Noise. That's real simple.
all right. So you know what? We're gonna pause. Let's take a real quick break.
Yeah,
Right.
we're gonna take
Girl
a
show.
short break.
But keep watching the live video. Keep watching the live video. So give me 1 minute. Let me pull something up right here. All right.
See, what the hell you got in your pockets? Damn, Jesus Christ.
Dude, I don't know any.
I
Fucking,
got fucking songs. There's no problem with that. Go to YouTube and play Tank.
I can't though. I can't
Oh, I love Tank.
because
like
it'll
you.
be live and they'll mute everything.
Not if you don't. You can if you post. We don't own it.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Rights to this music.
Yeah, you just
All
gotta
right,
say we don't
so-
own the
Woman,
rights.
you got some Marsha Ambrosius.
Just edit our post.
All right. So I don't even know. This is so unprepared. Hold on. I'm gonna give you something, man. Give me a minute. So, Go to the Girl Show page. There's a contest going on there. Or did we already give them out? We already gave them out.
Jamie's getting them, yeah.
All right, forget it.
Jamie's getting them.
Do you have anything I need to be careful of?
Nah, she's free for all. Go for it. Shut up. Sorry, Cora. You're under the bus.
All right,
I'm writing
we're
this.
gonna take a real quick break live.
Babies.
But come over to the K Radio page or the Girl Show page and check it out. Here we go.
Cora got super concerned. That's fucking Papa.
This is Tyler. Tyler with Friendly.
I think I need help, 'cause I put myself through hell.
Keep that beat. And all I do is just shake my feet. Shake my feet.
All right, it's chaos up in here. We got pandemonium in the studio.
Yes,
Dam's
we
over here
do.
stretching it out. Cora looks like she's going to die.
It's about to get real up in here.
Is that Phil Collins?
Yep.
Is that in the area, right? Oh, damn. We're about to play some.
So I got the camera zoomed in on Cora. So
Dam's
everyone's
about
saying,
to do his thing.
Uh,
Cora looks a little nervous.
Danielle's saying, Cora, enjoy.
Get away.
Someone's watching Hustlers. Oh, my God, you were right about the butt in her fur robe.
We all
totally.
said this. Like,
Thank you.
late to the
All right,
uptake.
here we go. You ready, Dan?
And Dam's ready, so let's do this. Watch on Facebook Live.
Cora, put a smile on that face, girl.
Kelly may have just laughed so hard she peed.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord,
Why are Corey's hands so pink?
can you feel it coming in the air tonight? Oh Lord, oh Lord. Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you couldn't wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, well I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence.
Someone, Ann says, take something off. Is this the new aerobic show? Damn, someone said damn.
dome rocked on the floor there.
A little bit. Well, that's officially my new favorite song.
No shit.
Wow.
That was good. I think it just got a little bit hotter in here.
Woo!
I think we're all going to the bar when we leave.
No shit.
Oh, God.
Jason's about to hate us.
Hey, love, and that little
That's a love.
gray coconut.
She's
would
like-
you mind grabbing me one of those little bottles?
See, after that, she's like, serve
I need
me.
a drink.
She's like, bitch, I need a cocktail.
She's high maintenance.
Bitch, get my drink.
Oh my god. My cousin Jamie says Dre is watching too, learning some new
Oh my
moves.
God.
Is Dre her kid?
No.
Kimberly
Dre's her
says,
boyfriend.
I think I'm in
Okay.
the wrong room. This isn't yoga.
I was going to say, I think you do Pilates.
You did like the Magic Mike chair drop
my God.
type deal there.
Yeah.
I didn't think that actually happened.
That wasn't in the movie.
It wasn't the second one. It was the second one if you would have watched.
I'm topping.
Actually, that was more like Chocolate City.
Chocolate City.
Oh, that's I've seen that actually.
Oh, my God.
I have
Are
not.
you
Now
okay?
I'm curious.
You need to watch it. Yeah, are you okay?
She's pregnant.
Cora, you all
She's
right?
pregnant.
You all right? You need more, Cora?
I'm sweaty for you. I'm
Right?
I'm sweaty for you.
Woo, it's a little warm up in here.
He picked you up, spun you around.
Oh my God,
Cora's
the
gonna
guy's
Which
need
I
a bath
mean,
salt.
issue
right
like
now.
in reality, you write about it.
Oh, yeah, this is
mean-
going in a book for
We
sure.
all kind of want
we
it.
need to like get him a doctor because he might have a hernia.
Nah, he had you.
Kimberly just
You were
said-
fighting him. That was the only thing
Kimberly,
about
who?
Kimberly Earhart says,
Oh,
Cora's gonna
Kim.
need the bath salts now. Just don't eat them. They turn you into a zombie and those start chasing people with pills.
Hi, Kim.
And then Danielle just said, how you feeling now, Cora?
Shut up, Danielle.
Oh, she was rooting for you.
Yeah.
You should see the text I got from Amy.
Yeah, well, I saw that, and then, Danielle didn't help your encouraging cause.
I just wanted you to
And I
have
didn't
an
even take nothing
orgasm.
off.
That's all.
Well, that's
There
a
was
good friend. I'm just saying. She
I gotta
just
take
wants
my
you to get the
pills.
big O. Like,
Are you taking your pills now?
Well, yeah, it's 9:56.
Oh, yeah.
you take pills? These pills with alcohol?
Yeah,
Every night. All right,
AKA
just checking.
Benadryl.
So, before we transition over to the damn show,
It was a good transition. I'm
yeah,
just
it was.
saying.
You guys
I
want to
feel
do internet
violated.
dating? What the fuck? Real quick?
You're welcome.
Yeah, let's do our online dating. What the fuck?
We'll
Hang
save,
on.
Right
we'll
quick.
save everything else for next
For
week.
next week. It's fine.
Did you guys see this comment?
Sorry,
He
did we
played,
monopolize
he played
your whole
Knick
thing?
Knack Paddywhack on Cora's ass. Who said that? Wendy May.
Oh, Wendy! Thank you, Wendy.
You get comment of the night.
That
Oh my
was
God.
fucking great.
Wendy wins all my books.
Carly's friend Jamie just said, her cousin Jamie said, "Oh no, we have no kids tonight. We will be playing some Phil Collins after Hustlers is over."
Oh my
Hey.
god!
I mean, who knew?
You guys are.
I'm glad I
fucking
could be some good
horrible.
motivation for people. Just make sure when you're fucking, you say "damn." That's all I ask.
Damn! Someone
Damn.
actually said that. That's all they said was damn.
Thank you. We get a cheers for that. Thank you. Man.
Funny.
Did you
That
join a new
cap-
dating site, Eric?
Did I do what?
Join a new dating site yet?
No.
Okay, well, you can't not have one.
All right.
That's
So
part
what's
of the
this about?
stipulation.
Because it's
part of
like
the
past my
PWX.
bedtime.
Okay, so
What's
we
this?
do an online dating what the fuck every week because I am technically single. They are single.
I thought you said you had a partner.
I do.
That means they just
Oh.
fucking.
Not
Not
like-
official.
They're just
Nothing's
fucking.
official.
We're not
Okay.
fucking. We have not had sex yet.
I'm sorry to hear
Well,
Sorry
that's
for
not
your
true.
luck,
It's
sis.
been about 15 years since we've had sex. Oh. So
What the hell?
Well, there's
We
a
are-
plot twist.
There
there's a
is. It's very
huge
interesting.
Plot
Is
twist.
that another show? I feel
Yes,
like that?
it's going to be
That's
great
an
when we can
off-air
talk about
discussion.
it.
We'll talk at the bar
Okay.
next door.
That's fair.
So I'm technically single, but I'm not. I'm not fucking anyone else. I'm not fucking anyone. It's been like 2 years since I've had sex.
It's a shame.
Well, that's sad.
I have a 4-year-old.
Yeah, I've had
so
sex
full
once
time.
in
So
2
having
years.
sex is not
And I'm
doesn't kind
single.
of cram into the schedule because we are forced to date online nowadays. That is the millennial. That's the new way of dating is dating apps.
I've seen some of it.
Or
God.
sleep with
So-
our group of friends, and I'm
Yeah.
not
or sleep
doing
with our
that.
friends that we've done that, and it's just not getting us anywhere.
Yeah.
Because we would have dated them by now if it was worth it, and it's not. And sex is pretty much not too. So we just don't have sex. So we're forced to date online. So we made Eric get a dating profile too, because for some odd reason I get the cream of the crop of jackasses on dating sites.
She does. These people are horrible.
What?
Like,
What men think is acceptable to say to women on dating sites is astounding to me. Like keyboard warriors, because they're not in front of you.
Yeah.
Because if you said this shit to me in a bar, I would punch you in the fucking face without hesitation, and I
Right.
would do it because I'm that girl. You would eat your teeth, and I don't care because you're a fucking scumbag. They don't have any
They would never say it
filters.
to your face.
The one I got for today, literally, his comment was, "Your tits are amazing." Why do you think that's going to make me want to speak to you?
Right.
That's not a compliment.
Like, oh my God, that's
Are
like
your
the
tits out in your
most
pictures?
awesomest thing you could
have
ever
big
say to
tits.
me.
I think
They're
I have.
just out, basically.
I mean,
Two
are they like
pictures?
showing?
I think I have 2 pictures where I have like a lower cut shirt on, so I have cleavage. I mean, I have fucking D-sized tits. Like I have cleavage.
Well, yeah, and we're
I
on
can wear a
dating
tight
sites. Of
sweater
course,
and
we
you can
want to
tell I
make
got some
ourselves look.
tits, like,
So
you know.
he's like, yeah, baby.
He's like, your tits look amazing. No.
And you're like, no fucking shit.
yeah, I know they are. They're on me.
Every
like,
day I put on a bra
I
and a
carry them
shirt,
around.
and I'm like, I rock these
Like,
motherfuckers.
it's what I got
So-
going for me. I got nice eyes, nice tits. Everything else kind of jiggles.
No, you got some nice lips too.
Oh, thanks, babe.
DSL.
DSLs. Yes, I hear that all the time.
Yep.
But you know what's interesting, real quick? A couple years ago, you and I had this drunk idea. So we had to research
Oh, God,
dating
I
sites.
don't know what you're about to bring
No,
up.
remember we researched dating sites. We made a fake profile.
Oh, yeah, Bumble.
No, we went on
No.
Plenty of Fish.
No,
It's-
my
no, I
Bumble.
got a hold of your
Oh,
Bumble.
yeah, we've been on
Yes.
yours. We've
Yeah.
been on Jill's.
Been
And
on
then we
Jill's.
made our own.
We made
and then
Eric
we made
get a Bumble.
we made a fake one because we were gonna come. We had this idea. Little did we know, like 400 other people did too. But anyway, we wanted to see what the questions were, so we made a fake. I went to Shutterstock and got the whitest white girl.
Right. Basic white
Like,
bitch.
oh
yeah.
my god. And I put like
Was
the
it my picture? Because I'm pretty basic.
no,
No,
this
this
girl
was
was
like-
like a size 2 in a
Oh,
blazer.
super, yeah.
But then I made her profile like the ultimate freak, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
but
Oh,
I threw all my
yeah.
nerdy stuff in.
Oh,
we
so you're like the wet dream then, that you made
Oh
like
my
the wet
God.
dream profile.
It was, and I literally put in there because I'm not a fan of Trump, but I put in there like I love Trump, I love cats, I love comic
so-
books.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and-
Why did we do that social experiment? I don't even remember.
because we
You
were
were
gonna,
drunk.
we were gonna remember we were gonna do the
Maybe.
best friend app.
Probably.
Remember we were gonna do the best friend app.
Oh, yeah. It was on our list of 1,000
Oh, so
business
it's on your
ideas.
list of drunk ideas.
So we made a profile. It no sooner did it go live. She has a fake like Gmail account or Yahoo or whatever,
You know,
and we had like
for stuff.
200 responses. This
Yeah.
thing wasn't up for a full minute. So
Oh,
it's
it was
we're
ridiculous.
gonna
They're
wrap
like,
up.
you're so beautiful.
We gotta wrap up?
I love Trump.
Oh, we'll wrap up.
Yeah, like
Online
we
dating
get,
sucks.
We get some of the most
Online dating
asinine
does suck.
messages, and it's just the way it is nowadays to be singles. A shit show, absolute fucking shit show.
Where can we find your books?
Yes,
Oh, Amazon. That's easy.
if you got a Kindle, I
Yep.
found them super
They're
easy.
only 99 cents on
Some of them.
Amazon. Most,
Yep.
well,
Most of them.
most of them, yeah.
yeah,
that I
they're
saw
not
are
super
about-
expensive, which is always a good.
Shit, if you're gonna,
It's free with the
I
Kindle
don't-
Unlimited too.
Yeah, I don't want to hear somebody
Or you could
bitching
borrow.
about the cost of a book when you'll go to McDonald's and spend fucking $9 on a shitty fucking Happy Meal.
Yeah,
Right?
That's very true.
Because I just read, I don't know, the whole After series.
Detroit After Dark.
No, it's by
Oh,
Anna
another-
Todd. After she,
Oh yeah, okay.
the
I'm
Harry
sorry.
Styles fan fiction that got published.
Yep.
Because I read it as I have a thing for fan fiction, obviously. 'cause
That's
I
fun.
read
It's
50
fun.
Shades when it was fan fiction. I think they have a little bit more freedom with that because it gives them a base and then they just kind of elaborate.
Oh,
but
yeah.
So I just read all of those, and those were like $12 a piece. Whatever, I don't care. Like
$12.
yeah,
I
like
wish my shit was.
You don't
$12
care
a
if you
piece.
love it.
I was gonna
exactly.
say.
Like if you're hooked and you're going to read it, you're going to pay it.
If you
'cause-
love the author,
I'm
it's
a book
worth the
nerd,
investment.
too,
It's an
so-
investment because you own it. It's yours.
Yeah, it's yours, and you can lend it out to your friends. And
Right.
because me and my friends, a bunch of my friends are, thankfully, I come from a group of females who are we're a bunch of bookworms, and we
Yeah.
like to read dirty things, and we share books. So most of us have Kindles. So it's like, okay, let me lend you this. Let me lend you this. Let me lend you that.
I think it's one of the greatest things ever outside of like sharing your friends' clothes. It is sharing books.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because it's very rare that I find a book that I love and I'll tell her about it. And
Guess who went off?
and then she's like, "Oh my god, like these are my kind of books. I can't believe it's your kind of books." But every once in a while, there's something that surprises me.
Because we don't read the same kind of book.
We don't.
At all.
Like
No?
she reads mine as like a favor to me. Like
Okay.
she would never.
It's not your
if she
genre.
didn't know me, she wouldn't go for my.
No,
book.
I'm
Okay.
all over the board with books where she likes her like romance.
Yeah, me too.
That's
and
what
very
she,
much.
She
yeah.
likes her happy endings.
That's it.
I do.
And
Yep.
I like anything
I
between
appreciate
that and not happy endings.
Oh,
or
her
just
stuff's tragic, man.
Like I read like
tragic
horror and
stuff.
stuff like that, like too. So I have that.
So she recommended a book, and I'm like, this is something I would read and pick out. Thank you for recommending it. Like, we have a common book round, but besides yours.
Yeah, that's
But it's
to me. Yeah,
But books are if women can come, anybody, not just women, but to come together over books or music or art
Yeah.
or whatever, it's great. And I don't care who you are. I've had men come up to me and say, "That book you read," I'm like, "Oh, I know. We probably got a little ass after it, but I'm fine with that too." You
that's
know?
why I said together. He's like, he's not a bookworm, and that's fine. Like, babe, go tinker in the garage. I
Right.
don't care. But if I come out there and tell you like I need your dick right now because it's something I read, like, get it out. Like, and he's like, okay, like he's happy about it.
But that's the beauty of books. The escapism, like I said, is you don't. I mean, you can get it in movies and you can get it, with music, but there's something about print
Yep.
and letting your mind wander
Yep.
and take that book where you want it to go. And that's what I love about writing. And I love that anybody, you could put 10 people in the room that have all read the same book and everybody takes something different from it.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that, in my opinion.
Completely
So,
agree with that.
So what the 40s podcast coming soon?
yeah.
And you
Coming
are more
soon.
than welcome to pop in here, all of you, any night
Yeah,
on a Thursday.
anytime.
You want to
Well, you
come
can
in?
pop in with us too.
Cool.
We'll pop in together.
yes,
We'll all be
for sure.
popping.
Yeah, guest appearances.
It's
You
going
say
to
that
be
until
female.
I
Stick
actually do
around.
it.
Stick around for Ask a Stripper with Dan.
Yeah, Dam's up next. That's always going to be
Yeah.
fun.
I
You know
think
the
Dan's about to
routine.
go viral tonight.
Damn. Sounds like you already started off really well.
I do everything I can.
All right, see you guys next week.
Damn.
I think-
All right,
I
we'll be
think-
back
I
next
think
week.
Dawn's going to be here next week.
Yeah, we got Dawn from Big and Bigger next week because she has a topic that she wants to discuss with us. So.
Sunday, 7 p.m. Big
Real
Bigger.
quick, can I say this?
Yes.
Anybody that tuned in to hear us tonight, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And
And if you're one of our
Damn,
fans and you
thanks.
like what you heard, by all means, listen again next week. We are this way kind of all the time. So
Yeah.
this was your wheelhouse. Feel free to tune in.
Yep.
We're a fun time.
we are a fun time.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Later.
Bye.